girls here than anywhere in the world. And we play rock and roll. All we do now, we don't like add in. Some clubs will play a little bit of rock and roll. We play only rock and roll. I like the girls that come here.
All right, we're on. Just go Acid Cult TV.
What's good?
Shoot, nothing much. Anything up with you today?
No, too busy contemplating life after reading the Epstein files, man.
Yeah. I guess that's like the biggest news.
Yeah, it does make me wonder though, all of this crazy shit is pretty much proven to be true. But the system is so strong we just have to keep on going on with our daily lives, Because either way, if you don't go to work, you're gonna end up being homeless. So like I don't think anything will really change from any of it.
Hold on, I'll pop the caption up since you're gonna go right into it. Yeah, I was thinking it was pretty crazy that like back in the day, people would start entire wars over very small taxes on beverages, and then today you find out like presidents may have been like chopping up babies, and people are just like, well, time to go to work.
Yeah, I still gotta go to work. I gotta pay my mortgage this month or whatever, Dude, it's crazy. Like wars were started for way less back in the day. Like you said, it was just taxation back then, but now, you find out you get your paycheck, you pay a third of it to, pedophilic vampire demon worshippers, and then you pay the other third of it to illegal immigrants. And then you get to
Yeah.
keep the other third. It's like, dude, what's the fucking point? I do truly wonder sometimes.
You know what's funny is a few weeks ago it was sitting in my drafts on TikTok. I never posted it,
Yeah.
but I made a video saying that I think now is actually the perfect time to release the Epstein files because in the past like few years we've had news of like basically the government has basically confirmed that there is some kind of life out in space. People
Yeah.
moved on in like a day.
Yeah.
They found cocaine in the White House. People moved on in like a day. And I'm like, so now is the perfect time. Release the Epstein files and people will just move on in like 2 or 3. Like we'll be moved on in a week. I mean,
Oh, facts. Yeah, no one will care. I think for some people, it will be like in the back of their heads. And I hate to say, I'm definitely one of those people because, dude, as soon as I saw the files, I told my friends, I fucking told you so. I hate to be that guy, but I was kind of hype. I was like, I fucking told you guys because they're always like, oh, you're crazy, you're a conspiracy theorist, you're this. Yeah, I'm like, dude, I fucking told you guys. Like, and it's not like I've been on the ship forever, but like I have been open to the idea that like there is a lot more shit going on behind the scenes than people want to believe. And yeah, sure enough, it's fucking true, man.
yeah. Well, yeah, there are people that have basically made the files their entire like online thing.
Yeah.
So those people, of course, are going to stick on it forever. I mean, they've been on it forever
Yeah, dude, it's
already.
like there's a lot of Alex Jones videos popping up from like 2012 that are saying exactly the same shit that's
Oh
going
yeah.
on in the file. So they're like, dude, he knew all along, and people called him crazy. It sucks that he's he got the call and now he's kind of sold out. But dude, back then, dude, he was right on the money.
Yeah. Yeah, now everyone's getting called. That's like the default. Like the way that left wingers will call you racist, right wingers will call you a fed or say that you're like an insider or controlled opposition.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, I don't know. Everyone calls everyone everything now. Like I don't even know who is who or like what is what.
Yeah, dude, at this point, I'm telling you, after you read the files, man, like I don't know what the fuck to believe in anymore. A crazy one, just to like start off on a more mild note. You know that New York mayor fuck Zohran Mamdani?
Yeah.
There is a lot of pictures of him as a little kid with his mom, with Bill
I saw
Clinton
those.
and Jeffrey Epstein, bro. I was
Yeah.
like, no fucking way, dude. It's all controlled. It's all a game. Like this guy's gonna be governor from the day he was born, or mayor or whatever the fuck he is. Like, dude, it's all connected. Every politician's a fucking fake.
Well, and you know what's annoying about that case in particular is that it
Yeah.
doesn't even matter like to people who like who they like and don't like who they don't like. Like all the left wingers on Twitter are just talking about Trump still. And it's like, "Bro, you're a guy just got found to be in there with his mom since he was a child. Like, we just found
Yeah,
out that your guy's been hanging out with this guy since he was a little kid."
yeah,
But, oh, no, they don't care about that. They don't wanna talk about that. They just wanna talk about Trump again, and it's like, "So quit talking about all this. I don't care who it is or what side they're on. They should
yeah.
go to prison. I care about justice." No, you don't. You just wanna see Trump in there.
Yeah, I just want to see Trump in prison, dude. The other crazy thing is, I don't know. Did you see the emails about the transgender shit?
Yeah, talking about getting kids that are, like, as young as 3 to do that
To
shit.
do that shit, bro, it just made like it really clicked in my head. I was like, dude, like all the like the left winger bullshit, dude. This is all just implanted into people's minds from the people at the top, like all the socialist shit, and dude, it's all just fucking pushed down the fucking media valve to get people to behave the way that these fucking sickos want them to. It's crazy.
And the left wingers and the trannies and tranny lovers will also ignore that because 'cause I've been saying that for years. The whole transgender push is obviously just a scheme for big pharma, like, they just want
So
customers.
absolutely, yeah.
But now it pretty much comes out, yeah, Epstein was bu like, at least some like, one of the people behind all this shit saying, "Oh, let's go all the way down to age 3," and the rainbow flag motherfuckers will just ignore it and just talk about, "Oh, what about Trump?" It's like, when you go on, like,
Mm,
there's always TMZ was posting a while ago about, like, when the Clintons were getting called into court to testify about the Epstein stuff.
yeah.
People would be in the comments like, "Okay, but what about Trump?"
Mm,
Yeah, so you don't care about, like, "Oh, justice for all," because if you really cared, you'd say, "Okay, this is a good start, like, let's see the Clintons go testify," but
yeah,
you're,
right.
like, obsessed with one person, and it's like, you talk about, "I don't care what side they're on, I wanna see them brought to justice." Well, here's 2 people being brought to justice, and you're still just, "Oh, what about Trump?" And it's like, dude, your whole side's going down too. Like, your whole side
Yeah,
is
dude.
also in this.
Yeah, the 2 wings of the same bird are all going down because 'cause they're all connected to the same shit. Did you see the funny shit of the files, though, before we get into, like, the more serious shit? How he got banned on Xbox Live?
I saw that, yeah, that was also hilarious.
I was watching, that Asmongold guy talk about he was like, "Jeffrey Epstein absolutely was calling people the N-word on
Oh,
Xbox
yeah.
Live, and he got banned for that shit, dude." And then he got banned on Xbox Live, and he switched to World of Warcraft.
He was definitely hanging out on Xbox Live trying to talk to kids and get kids to come over and shit.
Oh, dude, absolutely. Dude, there was an interesting video of him. Wow, what's that one fucker's name? He was like, Steve, he was like a Trump guy, part of the Trump campaign, Steve
Steve
Bannon.
Bannon.
Steve Bannon, yeah, a really interesting interview between him and Jeffrey Epstein, got released as well. Dude, hearing the guy talk, it's crazy because he's like this crazy evil guy, and I think it says a lot about how we view like true villains. He seems like a totally normal Jewish guy. Hearing him talk, he seems like a totally normal, nice, cool guy. And Asmund Gold had a good point. He said that like comic books and like movies and all that shit are cool, but it makes villains out to be like comically evil. Like the most evil person in the world is not going to seem like a villain in the way that we would think about a villain being. Like they're going to seem like a normal guy because only as someone that's like cool and perceived to be normal could get enough power to truly become evil.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
I
you,
think that's, people also just now think that all villains are gonna be like, I guess, like, even Trumpy, like, they think they're gonna be like, I know Epstein was rich, but he didn't really carry himself like, wearing a, doesn't seem like he carried himself like always wearing a $10,000 suit and, like, Trump is rich in, like, the Bruce Wayne kinda way,
yeah,
but Epstein doesn't seem like he just seems like he was wearing a quarter zip. I mean, he's just,
yeah, he just looks like a dude. He just looks like a fucking Jewish guy.
yeah, he was
Uh,
just a chill bro.
Yeah, dude, it seems like he was, but that fool was anything but chill, man. That shit is creepy. But yeah, I am glad that the whole like demonic aspect of all the shit is exposed now too. Like his bank account was named Baal, like Baal, like the
Yeah,
demon.
I saw that.
And I was like, dude, finally people, all the ritual shit is noted in the files, and it's like finally these people can see like what's really going on at the top of the ladder. Like at the top of the ladder, like these people worship demons and perform rituals and dark magic and shit. It's fucked up, man.
Did you see the what Nicki Minaj said or something?
Yeah, and that was she said that like yesterday, right?
Yeah, she tweeted it. I think it's about Jay-Z because he was found in the files.
And he deleted all the posts off his Instagram.
It's funny, they had the Grammys,
Yeah.
and at the Grammys now, all the celebrities, they're already talking shit about Nicki Minaj, which is funny because it's like, "Oh, seems a little racist and sexist to me, talking about a
Yep.
black woman, isn't
Yep.
she?"
Yeah, it's support all women, support all black women until they start saying the truth, and it's oh no, actually, no, 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 not her, not this one.
Yeah, yeah, no, now they all hate Nicki Minaj because she has different opinions, and it's like, it's like, dude, now that she's just tired of dealing with, tranny bullshit. Now, of course, they all hate her.
Well, and the powerful people are fucking eating babies. There's a really fucking sick note in there where old Big Steen is comparing the taste of newborn babies to fucking cream cheese, bro. I had to stop reading after that one. I was like, that's fucking horrible, man. That's just ugh. It gave me the
I
chills.
I don't understand. To me, I don't understand how you, like, taste. Like, they talk about eating shit out of the bodies, and it's like, "But doesn't that taste like shit? Like, what aren't you isn't that" like, I
Nah,
understand you think you're getting some magic powers from eating the baby shit, but, like, doesn't it taste bad? You're not throwing up or anything?
no, I'm sure they're under like a trance, some like demonic shit. I'm sure they're not really thinking about it. I have no fucking clue though.
Yeah, it's
These
fucking
these are
weird.
like demented ass foods, so I'm sure they're not in their right mind. But yeah, the Nicki Minaj shit is interesting that she's willing to out all that shit like that. I think it's a good thing though. I'm hoping more celebrities will do the same thing and just start being like, you know what? I have seen this shit. This does go on.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know, I don't wanna say I doubt any will, 'cause I never would've thought Nicki Minaj would have, but,
Yeah.
I don't know, it seems kinda rare. I'll pull up one clip. That was just a funny
Yeah,
post
that,
that I
that
had s
story's fucking hilarious.
yeah, that I had saved next to it. Yeah, this is what evil actually looks like.
Yeah, fucking old Bill Gates fucking drugging his wife with antibiotics because he's fucking Russian horse. Crazy.
Alright, this is just a clip of, like, a guy just compiled some of the things that were in there.
Overview of everything I found in the Epstein files. Content warning. The harvesting of Mormon blood as some sort of weekly payment system for select breeders, creation of transhuman sex slaves by biologically turning men into women and women into men through hormonal and biological intervention, using different formulas across the gender spectrum in order to cater to different tastes and sexual appetites. The apparent war between Jews and non-Jews that apparently the Jews are currently winning, the identity of codename Mr. Evil, who is allegedly Ehud Barak, the former Prime Minister of Israel, Epstein meeting with Netanyahu, details about the debaucherous sex parties, including individuals having their backs and legs cut open and then performing sex while others eat intestines and cannibalize children. At these events, the names dropped were George Soros, H.W. Bush, and Henry Kissinger. The dressing up of young children into different Disney characters and then being sold to specific clients. William Barr, ex-attorney U.S. General, apparently frequenting these sex parties where Epstein would abduct and then sexually abuse victims. The disclosure that quantum computing technology is 3 billion times better than their Illuminati magic in a very heated email exchange between two individuals. An odd email chain where Mary Kennedy was found dead in her backyard, where Epstein replied, "Whoops." A person named Pizza Monster with frequent references to how much he loved the taste of pizza and just craved pizza. This figure is currently unidentified. Trafficking of young homeless people, turning them into extreme sexual deviants through consistent ritualistic and sexual abuse, and later pawning them off, putting them into certain positions of influence, power, or work is heavily implied. Jeffrey Epstein's connection to the Rothschilds being paid to the tune of $25 million. And last but not least, Robert Maxwell, Ghislaine Maxwell's father, apparently turning on Mossad, demanding hundreds of millions of dollars because he has so much control over the United States, naming himself Israel's unofficial ambassador to the Soviet bloc. And then as a surprise to nobody, he was found dead. Honorable mentions are possible time travel, transhumanism experiments, and the bloodline of the literal Illuminati being listed out. But all three of those need to be deeper looked into because they have almost no evidence surrounding them that I've found yet. My next video, I'm going to be cross-referencing.
So when you talked about, like, taking people and turning them into sexual deviants and then later putting them into positions of power, that could be like, Call Me Rob Zombie, Mom Donnie, whatever his name is.
Call me Rob Zombie.
Like, they could have started him off young, turned him into a fucking weirdo, and then said, "Hey, we're gonna make you, we'll start you off as mayor of New York City, or whatever."
Yeah, who knows? And if those pictures never would have been leaked, I'm sure people would have believed all that shit, and he would have been like a powerful candidate in the Democratic Party forever.
I think he still will be because Democrats don't give a fuck. They'll just act like, "Oh, it was probably his mom that was I mean, you know how those people, like, play, like, mental gymnastics,
Yeah,
and
what?
Republicans do it for Trump too, like, there are still people
Yeah.
saying Trump is clearly "Oh, he kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago. He's him and Epstein were great rivals." It's like, brother, you guys.
Yeah, the cope is crazy on both sides nowadays. I agree, especially from the left wingers aren't gonna believe any of this shit. I know because I talk to a lot of left wingers and they think all this shit is like Alex Jones. You're retarded,
Even though the
conspiracy theory
government
shit.
just posted it all.
Yeah, even though it's from the Department of Justice that they trust so much, because they're big, on, oh, well, the government said it, so you got to believe it, that kind of shit.
So
But
I saw that there's 6 million pages, so I'm assuming everyone on the internet is just, like, scrolling through pages for the next few weeks or months or whatever.
I'm sure, yeah, dude. It's fucking, it's truly wild. What do you think about the whole, Jews versus non-Jews at war? What do you think about that?
I will say AOC is probably one of a few that had nothing to do. Like, I would imagine she was too stupid. Like, first of all, she's too young. Like right now, like I can't see her being like having anything to do with any of this. And that's not me saying like we should put her in power or anything, but I'm just
Mm.
saying like,
No, I actually agree. I think there are quite a few politicians who get in regularly, they get voted in, and then they're told about everything afterwards, and they're like, "Oh, like I can't really do anything about it. I'm just kind of here now."
yeah,
I don't think they're
AOC.
picked.
I imagine she had nothing to do with anything to do with the Epstein stuff. Ilhan Omar is probably
Absolutely.
she's probably a useful idiot. Like more so, first of all, AOC they would have wanted to invite her to the island to fuck her. Like that's how
Yeah,
that would
she's so hot, man.
yeah, she would not have been one of the ones fucking kids. They would have been wanting to fuck AOC. Ilhan Omar, I don't think she would have been invited to the parties, but I think all the people that were at the parties would use her. Like she'd be the useful retard that they would use. And then Obama, I think people have said they haven't found his name in there yet. I don't know, but either way, I completely believe Obama's evil as shit.
Oh yeah, Obama's in on this shit. He'll probably be released in the next batch, I'm sure.
Yeah, like I said, there's 6 million pages. People are gonna be going this shit for months, I'm
Say
sure.
6 million is an interesting number of pages to release too.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, because I heard that the conspiracy that I'm hearing is that these only got released because Trump was supposed to strike Iran and he said, no, I won't do it. And so people are thinking that Israel actually pushed for this shit to be released as a way of like getting back at him for not doing it. I don't know if I believe that though, because this makes Israel look pretty bad.
Yeah, it doesn't make Israel look good.
It,
When
it
it
could be
comes
like a
to
fuck you though, like because I think that a lot of people are like, oh, they must think we're stupid. Dude, I'm like, dude, it's not that they think we're stupid. They probably do, but it's that they know that there's not going to be anything done about it. None of these people are going to go to jail.
oh yeah, no, the DOJ literally said it already. They said we're not gonna be pressing charges on anyone.
Yeah, it's fucking insanity, bro.
When it comes to the Jews versus the non-Jews in a war, I mean, yeah, I would say they're winning. I mean, they've got like half the country, thinking it's okay to cut off people's balls.
Yeah, no, I agree. I was thinking about, especially after reading all this, the repercussions of like Ghislaine Maxwell's dad being the founder of like the textbooks that all the kids read and all that. I'm like, oh, I think we might even be too far gone. Like we're
Yeah, I think everyone's just kind of too docile. Like no one's gonna actually not go to work or like I don't know, take to the streets, and like no one's ever actually gonna do anything about that. Which is funny because that's literally what the Second Amendment is for.
they do it exactly, and a lot of people will. Oh, well, I think it's. I see why the people back in the day were so wary of big government. Like this is why, because like there's not enough people in the world that could stop the U.S. military. It is the strongest fucking group on earth. Like that's the biggest form of government you can get. And the Second Amendment's cool, but like like there's nothing people can do about it. And like me included, I'm not gonna do anything about it. I'm gonna go to work like normal. So like who am I to talk at the same time? But yeah, it's like what can you do? Even though your government's run by fucking pedophilic vampires and shit.
Oh yeah, it does kind of seem like Israel or Mossad or whatever you want to call it is kind of I don't want to say backed in a corner. I feel like everything's like they're not doing well as far as reputation goes. Like I feel like once Epstein went down, and then once they flattened Palestine, after those 2 things, it was kinda like, "Oh, everyone hates you guys now."
Yeah.
And that's not me. I'm one of those people, those memes where it'll be like, "Oh, when I say, 'Yeah, fuck Israel,' so the Free Palestine libs think I'm on their side." but I'm not on, like, I don't give a fuck about Palestine. I just have
Yeah.
with Israel. It's not, all the people living in Palestine, I'm sure, are just a bunch of fucking Middle Eastern freaks that fuck goats and marry their cousins and shit. But,
And he's so funny, man.
and he's hyped on this shit.
Operation Gianni tomorrow.
Yeah, Fizz, we're gonna have a pretty big change in the stream tomorrow. I'll actually get in the Discord to explain to you and shit piss. I mean, we're still gonna stream at the same time. It's just gonna be a little different. I'll die on the cross for actual concept, reality, what it is to be American. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. But a lot of people either won't or just aren't down with the country. Like, I don't know. And everything's like in a weird place. Like if shit really started popping off like next week or something. All I know is my game plan would still just be to go wherever Dirty White Boy is and just tag along with him. I would just pal along with him, and that would be like, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, who knows? I don't. I think we're at a weird spot in history where like so much shit is being found out, but there's really nothing you can do about it. You just got to keep on living your life.
Yeah, yeah. That is like the worst part about it is that it's like no matter how much like transhumanism experiments there are, or Mossad agents talking about transitioning children at 3.
Yeah, it's like what can you do? I guess the best thing you can do is to like know what's going on and like protect people you care about. Like don't let anyone with like little cousins out there, don't let them watch shit like that. Don't let them learn about shit like that. Like you got to protect their brain.
Yeah, if this was like normaler times, like if this is like everyone has like mentality of Americans in the 1950s,
Yeah.
like everybody is just gonna take care of their household with their kids and their family, and that but like everybody doing that is essentially gonna be all Americans protecting their family and kids. But now
Mm.
no one cares about having kids or having families or doing any of that. So it's like no one's actually protecting shit from anything.
Well, dude, that's how they got us in the position that we're at. No one cares about anything anymore. Like if you don't even care about your own family, you don't care about shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Now people are more concerned with like Ukrainians than they are with their
Yeah,
own family.
yeah, I saw a video. I don't remember what the fuck it was talking about, but it was like what the fuck did he say? Oh yeah, like the true, death of like the average American is that the average American is like criminally empathetic. Like they care way more about some bumfuck in Ukraine than they do about their own children. It's wild. Even if they don't have children, like their own family.
Civil war, ice
No,
and bros.
that's ridiculous.
It's not at Civil War levels, but the liberals think they're in a civil war.
Yeah, they might think they are, but the actual scale, like, no, they just go out there and they point up their little fucking signs. The ICE people arrest them, and like that's the end of that. Like that's not.
Yeah, it's a comedy show right now. I guess
Yeah, it's a
I don't know
joke.
if it was in Minnesota, but somewhere. No, it wasn't Minnesota. And ICE they just arrested an illegal immigrant police officer.
Nice, that's
Like
awesome.
I think it was Minneapolis too. Like they straight up hired a cop. It was an illegal immigrant. Like, dude.
That's wild. Yeah, dude, do you need to be a fucking citizen for anything nowadays? Jeez, man, I want them to start getting these fucking illegal immigrant truckers off the road, bro. The
Oh yeah,
worst,
that
the
shit makes
worst
me like,
drivers of all time. Holy shit.
especially living in California where they're told that's where they come to get the licenses. Now, whenever I'm on the freeway and I see a trucker, I start thinking, I'm like, oh fuck, is this guy gonna just merge into me right now?
You gotta fucking avoid them. I see the truckers. I'm like, nope, don't get near me, bro. I try and get past them as fast as possible.
Yeah. I'm like, can you read? I want to like roll my window down and be like, can you read that street sign right there, sir? Read it for me.
I saw a fucking trucker, motherfucker. He took the wrong exit, and so he flipped a U-turn at a normal fucking four-way stop intersection stoplight. Just completely just took up the whole interstop. Was just stuck there for like 2 minutes. I'm like, and of course, I'm sure you can guess the ethnicity of this guy. I'm like, dude, get these guys out of here, bro. Get
Yeah.
them off the fucking road. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, me and Annie have been sending back and forth a lot of good videos of like libs at ICE protests. And it's just clear that they all really think they're in a movie. Like they all
Yeah,
really
they
think
do.
they're like a Marvel movie. They think they're like Deadpool at a protest against ICE. Like they think they're fighting the good fight. You would think like the energy they're going at ICE is like the energy that like Sneeko would be if he got a chance to box Benjamin Netanyahu. Like
Fucking
they
sneak
really
over there.
think it's like, brother, this is just like America's like deportation police. Like it's not, you're not even like that high up in the ranks, first of all.
Yeah.
Like They're just so basic and standard. Like they've been around since '03. They pick up illegal immigrants, they toss them out. It's not like they're taking on the devil.
Yeah, dude, it's just deporting illegal. We've always deported illegal immigrants. Like, it is what it is. Like, any dude, even the fucking Pope talks about it. Like, any country is allowed to have borders and should enforce them. Like, we need law. We need law and order in our country. So, like, dude, it is what it is. People need to, if people really wanted to make real change, I think that they should, take care of the people they care about. And, that's it. That's really all you should do when it comes to like making. If everyone did that, we would make considerable change in the country if we protected the people we care about from all the evil shit out there. That's all we need, really.
Even more than a time when we don't have to click one for English, absolutely, obviously. But what I want it to be illegal for jobs to require that you speak Spanish. Because in my town, first of all, ICE needs to come to my town. They'd make a fucking killing. There's a
They won't
shit
come
ton of
there.
Mexicans here, and they're always driving drunk. I literally just saw it yesterday.
Oh, that's true. That's facts.
I just saw yesterday. I see a car going down Main Street, and they're just fucking swerving. I'm like, dude, it's some fucking drunk Mexican. In
Yeah.
which I'm not going to diss on people that drive drunk. I used to do that shit all the time, but I'm like, bro, the fact that you might be here illegally and you got the audacity to drive, brother, like that's
Yeah,
guts.
you're fucking walking on the edge. That's crazy.
But my town is like probably majority Mexican, maybe, and so there's a lot of jobs when you look on like Indeed or something for jobs in my town. A lot of jobs they won't even hire you, and they'll say it's required you also speak Spanish. That should be fucking illegal, dude. This is not Mexico. Like you should not be allowed to like post a like have a business where you hire people and like you will not hire people that don't speak a foreign language. Like I don't give a fuck what the population is here.
Yeah, I
If
agree. You could argue it's discriminatory too.
Yeah, if you speak the language of the country, which there should be, every country has a language, then you should be allowed to get a job there. So that's what I want more than getting rid of click. I mean, obviously, I would like get rid of click one for English, especially when you click one for English and it's a guy that barely speaks English, anyways. But yeah, it should be completely illegal to not hire someone because they don't speak the language of some foreign country.
Andy has a good question about do you think there will be a time when you don't have to learn a second language in high school? I don't know. That one is true because I know that learning languages is good for your brain and your brain plasticity when you're young. So I don't think it's inherently a bad thing, but I think to force you to do it, I think is pretty stupid. I won't lie.
Did we didn't have to learn a language in high school, did we?
Yeah, you do. You have to take Spanish or French.
Damn, I remember 1 year.
You did
Maybe
it.
I had a Spanish
you,
class earlier, and I
you
don't
did it in
remember it.
middle school. You can do it in middle school. It used to be that way. You used to be able to do it in middle school and get rid, or like early on in high school and get rid of it.
I think they should be electives.
I
'Cause
agree. I think it's cool to have an option because, like I said, it's really
Yeah.
good for your brain. And
I would like.
I'm all for people speaking more language if you want to be smarter and all that shit. But
Yeah, no, I wish back in school I would have taken Spanish classes and been serious about it, just because 'cause it'd be fun to like speak another language. But I don't think it should be required that you learn to speak any other language than the language that your country speaks.
I completely agree. Yeah.
There's no reason to force people to learn the language of anything other than your country. I was thinking the other day about it's a bummer that I can't speak Spanish because there are so many retarded Mexican chicks that can speak Spanish and English. Maybe they just assumed you spoke Mexican. Yeah, no, it would be nice to get rid of that click one for English. It's like, yeah, of course, click one for fucking English.
Yeah. What do you think?
When I used to work at I was gonna say like the phone store. When I used to work for AT&T and I was a salesperson in a store, I would get Mexican dudes would come in and they would ask me if I speak Spanish and I would say no. And they would get mad at me. I'm like, motherfucker, like who would go to another country and ask them if they speak your language? Then when they say no, get mad. They would get mad and then they would leave because they was just hopeless. A couple times somebody would come in and he would say, "Do you speak Spanish?" I'd say no. And then he would try to explain to me what he needed in Spanish and I wasn't getting it. And we would just have to shrug our shoulders and he would just go. He would just leave.
Yeah. To
And
get mad is
these were like
crazy.
older. These were always older guys. I'm like, bro, I'm sure you've lived here for more than 10 years. Like you're old. You're in like a construction truck. Like I can see that your life is clearly here. You're not just stopping by.
Yeah.
So it's like, I couldn't even imagine wanting to live in another country and not like if I always say I want to live in Japan, bro, I would fucking learn Japanese.
Yeah.
Like why would you even consider like moving to another country and just not learning the language. Like that sounds, first of all, that sounds like a miserable existence. I'm gonna go move.
That's what I've always thought. It sounds miserable to me to be there, to go there and to not be able to speak the language. Like I know there's a lot of a lot of American weeboos. They go to Japan and then they complain that they're lonely and only hang out with other Americans. I'm like, dog, you don't speak Japanese. Of course you're fucking lonely over there. No one can talk with you.
Yeah, it would be like being alone in a crowded room just your entire life.
Yeah.
Private universities require high school students to pass a language class before you apply. The French get mad when you don't speak basic French there. Yeah, because it's like, why would you come to the country and not like, even if I was just gonna like go on vacation, if I was gonna go to Japan for like a week, I would still at least try to learn like where's the bathroom? Yes, please, no thing. You know what I mean? Like a little bit of things here and there.
Yeah. Well, French people are, I feel like Europeans get away with a lot more than Americans get away with. I don't know why.
Well, a lot of European countries seem kind of fucked. Like I keep seeing clips of like downtown London and it looks like fucking India.
Yeah,
Like,
I know I'll say like the growing conservative movement is definitely in Europe because a lot of people are sick of like same shit we're sick of over here, illegal immigrants taking all the money and shit.
yeah, it just seems like it's a larger scale over there. Like they're really,
That's because their country's so fucking small though.
yeah, that's
There's
probably
there's
true.
not enough room for everyone to go in over there. So when they do it, yeah, it looks like you're in fucking India.
I loved that. At the Grammys, everyone's making fun of Billie Eilish now for the "No one's illegal on stolen land."
I didn't watch anything about the Grammys, but that's fucking hilarious.
Yes, she won an award. By the way, which was some bullshit. She won an award for a song that came out in 2024.
That's retarded.
But because of some loophole, her album re-released a single from the 2024 album in 2025, so it could be nominated for a Grammy again, so she could win a Grammys. Just like Billie Eilish doesn't have enough apparently, and then she gets up on there and says, "No one's illegal on stolen land." And I saw somebody on Twitter point out, they're like, "Brother, you realize that that sentiment makes no sense. You're saying it's stolen." Like, so in Billie Eilish's mind, there should be no borders. There are no borders. There's no this country, that country.
No way.
I
Oh,
dropped
I was
off.
about to say, am I going solo? What the fuck happened?
No, my computer's done that like twice now. But anyone that's watching, tell me what you just saw. I'm curious what it looks like on your end. But so she was saying, or somebody, yeah, person on Twitter was saying, it makes no sense because Billie Eilish. So she's saying no one's illegal on stolen land. So she's saying America is stolen land, is basically an illegitimate land, illegitimate country. But if there's no borders, that means we didn't steal it from anybody. That means no one owned it. Like the Native Americans, they didn't own it first because there are no borders, according to Billie Eilish. It's all just one big happy playland that everyone can come to. Everyone can go wherever and live wherever. So we didn't steal shit from anybody.
Well, dude, it's all fucking retarded too, because every country had people from another place at some point. That's just how human history works. Like we're all from, Africa or wherever the fuck we're all from, and then like, Native Americans are not even native to America. They're from like fucking Siberia or some shit, and they
Yeah.
walked over here on the ice bridge.
Yeah.
Like, dude, like they're not Native Americans. That's why I know people don't like the term, but honestly, like I calling them Indians makes more sense.
I usually say Indians.
I say
Sometimes
Indians, and people think I'm talking about like India Indians. I'm like, no, like the American Indians. They're like, oh, Native American. I'm like, but they're not native to America, so why would I call them that? And it's not like I have anything against Native American people or Indians or nothing like that, but it's just the point that like we all walked over here from somewhere, and like America fucking fought them in war and took the country. Like that's just how human history goes, bro. Like suck it up. There's nothing you can do about it.
that's even still how shit works now. Like if Russia
Yeah.
came over here and whooped our military's ass, they would take over and it would be Russia. Like that's just,
Exactly. That's just fucking how it goes. I don't know why people are so like, oh, they can't do that. I'm like, fucking says who? It's like when Trump and them went into Venezuela and took the oil. Oh, they can't do that. That's what's been going on forever, bro. Like, fucking get over it. Yeah, I don't know if I necessarily believe in evolution. It depends. I don't know if it's the way that they present it to be.
I found that I went back and looked at the moment. You did pop up.
Yeah, your screen goes away. I go in the middle, and then you pop up right next to me again.
Hold on, I want to get right back to the. I just want to hear where I cut out. There should be no borders. There are no borders. There's no this country, that country. No way. Yeah, that's awesome.
I was like, what the fuck, dude?
There should be no borders. There Yeah, I don't know why my shit does that, and I don't understand how it drops me, but the stream stays going.
I was just gonna ask, how the fuck does the stream stay on? Not to mention you're able to hop right back in. Like that makes no sense because it's clearly not a connection issue.
I don't even hop back in; it just pops me back up automatically. Like before I'm even able to notice what's going on, I pop back up on screen. So who knows?
Oh, dude, I actually what's your thought on like Muslim women still doing their shit where they only show their eyes in a country that's not like like their home country?
I think that's proof that they're not going anywhere to assimilate. They're there to take over.
Okay, I agree because like I'm not saying like I wouldn't be like, oh, it should be illegal or nothing like that. But I do think it does show where they're at like mentally. Like, do you really think they want to come here and be American if they're gonna fucking cover their entire fucking body up and all that shit? Clearly,
Yeah,
they're not down for what we believe in over here.
if they really wanted to come here because they wanted like a better life and they wanted to live the American way, they'd come here and they'd put on a fucking t-shirt and jeans. But they come here and they still wear the whole fucking, that whole thing. Because I mean, dude, it's literally like I don't understand. It's like it's in the fucking books. Like that is literally the Muslim plan is to like spread across the world and like
Mm,
spread Sharia law. Like it's not some conspiracy theory or some racist thing. Like that's what they do. That's what they believe. They think their
yeah.
religion is right. Everyone else's is wrong. Therefore, they need to correct the entire world. Like they think people need to learn their way. Like and they're gonna do it. And it's also literally like authors over there written about it to where basically you play the game, you move to other countries, you lay low, you play it cool. That's why I joke about, one day we're just gonna hear like every Muslim's phone is gonna ring at the same time at like at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday, and they're all gonna
Yeah.
bust out the swords. I'm like halfway not joking because that's like what their game plan says. Like you lay low, and once you've got the numbers, you start fucking shit up and you enforce Sharia law. And that's when they start taxing non-Muslims or taking out whatever the fuck they want to do.
Yeah,
And
I
what's
mean,
what's funny is that the lefties think they love that shit so much, but it's like, wait until they take over and you're a fucking flaming faggot and they find out that you're fucking gay and see if you like the way they're gonna treat you.
no, exactly. That's why I really don't get what people are arguing for when they're like, oh, like, because I'm sure if you told a lefty that, like, oh yeah, the Muslims want to get numbers and then they want society to be run by them, they'd be like, oh, what's so bad about that? I'm like, are you kidding me, bro? Come on, like, be for real.
There was I think Annie actually sent me a clip of this. There was somebody, I might have sent it to her. Somebody was interviewing some chick on the street,
Yeah.
and he was like, "So you like that we're taking in all these Somalians?" And she was like, "Yeah, I think it's great." Obviously, he's talking to some left-wing chick that thinks she's down with all this stuff, and he was like, "Well, did you know that like 90% of Somalians are incredibly homophobic? Like they believe in Sharia law. They don't think gay people should be allowed to even exist."
Mm.
She was like, "Well, yeah, but first of all," she's like, "everyone's allowed to have their opinion or something." And I was like, "Okay, but if
Oh.
I say I hate faggots, she's gonna have a problem with me."
Oh, exactly. Yeah. Or if a Christian person said they don't believe in gay marriage, they'd be like, "Oh, you're homophobic." Wham, wham, wham. But if it's a Muslim person doing it, somehow it's out somehow okay because well, that's their beliefs and I have to respect it. It's fucking
And,
ridiculous.
and then she switched over to, "Well, that's because they haven't had enough exposure to our ways. Like once they come over here, they'll see how we do it, and oh, so you want them to assimilate now? That's what you're saying? Like
Yeah. Right.
it's funny how easy it is to really twist them up, and that's when okay, I don't want to talk any.
Yeah, no, it's interesting how we're like the number one country in the world, but somehow, some way, it became okay to not assimilate. I'm like, when the fuck did that happen? Like, it didn't used to be that way.
Yeah, no, that's literally why people came here. Because I mean, I talk about Czech, the guy from
Oh
China that
yeah,
I used to work with. That he was like, dude, yeah, he's so fucking hardcore. Hates China, hates any kind of
doesn't he?
communism.
Doesn't he hate his brother or some shit? Because his
Yeah,
brother's a bum.
his brother stays in China and works for some Nike factory, and
Yeah,
it doesn't want to work, and he's like super down for like,
yeah.
he wants all the illegal immigrants out of here. If you're not here to assimilate, you need to get the fuck out of here. You need to speak English. Like,
Nah, dude, I super fuck with real legal immigrants like that, dude. They're fucking champions at the end of the day. They come here, they're down with what we stand in, and they stand with us. I fuck with that shit heavy.
oh yeah, I'm sure there are white chicks wearing burqas trying to simp for other cultures. It's fucking ridiculous how much people are just like completely simping for other countries and other cultures, and it's like, You know, you don't have to be fucking racist, but like, dear God, have some dignity. Like, have some dignity.
Yeah, no, at the end of the day, you got to stand up for what you believe in. I think that's the problem, though. People don't believe in anything anymore. You know, like I was telling my friends the other day that, like, you ever seen those fucking stupid ass liberal stickers where it's like the whole spiel, all their slogans, like Black Lives Matter, fuck us, yada, like all the different things like lined up. You ever seen a sticker with all of them?
Yeah.
It's like, dude, that's like their creed. And if you don't even believe in one of them, all right, you're at the movement, you're a fascist or whatever. Like, that's what they believe in. Like, liberalism is like the new religion of America. It's fucking disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, they hate Bill Maher because Bill Maher disagrees on like a couple of them.
Yeah, and if you say that you're not down with fucking kids learning about transgender crap, somehow you're a fucking you're a transphobe and you're this, you're that. I'm like, sorry, I don't think kids should be fucking learning about being fucking insane people switching their gender. My bad, bro.
I love when they say like, "Oh, they don't believe that transgender people exist or should be allowed to exist," and it's like, no, we clearly know you exist. We just think you should be in the fucking loony bin. That's where you should just
Exactly.
exist in the loony bin.
You're a crazy person. If you're a man that thinks you're a fucking woman, or you're a woman that thinks you're a man, you're not either of those things. You're fucking crazy. There's something wrong in your head that's making you think you're someone you're not. That's literally textbook schizophrenia, bro.
I mean, Sydney Sweeney is kind of the closest thing to like a MTV Spring Break or Carmen Electra that we have now,
And they fucking hate her.
yeah, we see how they react to that. All right, kind of Epstein Files related because that's what spurred this on. I'll pull up this clip. There's this porn star named Adria Ray. Do I refer to her as my favorite porn star just because the last time I ever did watch porn, I was watching Adria Ray, and I follow her on the Instagram. And she posted, this is like a 4-minute video, but it's worth it. It's the most insane take. It's like I'm like, there's no way you don't hear yourself talking right now. So she basically goes on a rant about how the porn industry is kind of influencing men to be pedophiles, to be attracted to children. And then she straight up pulls up pictures of herself from a porn shoot where she's wearing a schoolgirl's uniform dressed like a child and says, you know, the porn company they made me do this and they dressed me up as a kid, as if she has no control over her own body. It's hilarious, dude.
Since everybody's talking about pedophilia today, I just wanted to take the opportunity to interject just a little side note that I have on it from being in porn and in the industry. I genuinely believe that porn has been trying to socially condition people to be okay with pedophilia for like the last 10 years. There has been like a massive explosion of like teen, barely legal, all this weird just insinuation of like the youngest girl we can get. Versus in the 90s, when you think of porn star, you have more of like a Pamela Anderson image. You think of porn star today, and it's literal girls who look like children. And
what's funny is she's on the right track here.
Yeah.
Like, she is totally right. But when you see who she is, you're like, wait, what the fuck?
Mm.
And I think it's something that we need to talk about as a society, that we are literally conditioning boys and guys to be okay with this. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that 18, 19, 20-year-olds shouldn't be in porn, that young women shouldn't be doing this, whatever. I think that they should be allowed to do
right.
it. They're adults, they're paying taxes. They should be allowed to choose that job if they want. However, I think it's fucked up if that 18-year-old goes to set and the company wants them to wear a middle school girl's uniform and then do a scene that is slightly incestuous with her stepbrother or her stepdad, which implies that she still lives at home, which is, once again, extremely fucking pedophilic and just weird. It's just weird. And then to take it a step further, to then have that girl act less experienced, because I've had directors say, "Oh, you need to look more naive. You need to look more innocent. Don't look so excited."
So what's funny is that like a person with morals would hear the director say that and then say, "Oh, I quit. I'm not doing this anymore." But instead, she goes, "Okay," and continues to give a inexperienced looking hand job to a big black dude.
The end of my rant. Don't worry, I'm not going to go on after this. But my final closing argument is if you can't show depictions of teens or children gambling, consuming alcohol, or smoking cigarettes, then why the fuck can you dress somebody up as a child and have them holding a dick in their hand and then have that generate money? It shouldn't be legal. It's fucking weird. And not only is it advertising to kids, but I think the worst side of it is that it allows pedophilia to be more normal. It allows guys to be like, oh yeah, barely legal, yeah. And there's no shame. There's no shame around being attracted to really young girls. And I'm not talking 18. I'm talking younger than that. And you guys know, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm just going to post a picture of me from an actual porn scene.
Like, does she not hear herself?
I was just thinking, like, no shame, no shame. I'm like, dude, you were literally doing this shit though. Like, you're a part of the problem.
After this, and you
And
can
then
decide.
she really does post this picture of herself.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
And then hold on, it's Instagram stories. It's gonna go to the next one. It's just bizarre. I'm like, you really didn't like watch this video back and think about what you sounded like. Like the porn industry told me to act inexperienced. Oh, I
Yeah.
had a dick in my hand. Like,
Well,
dude,
the fucking hilarious part, she's like, "Well, I don't think it should be illegal." I'm like, "Well, like what? Like it should be illegal." In my eyes, like there's a reason porn is illegal in many different countries, bro. This shit's bad for you at the end of the day. Like it should not be legal in any form, in my opinion.
I already know there's gonna be like so many of my fans in my DMs being like, but I discovered you from Stepsister, but like that's how you even are Adria Ray. I understand. Like a lot of you might take this offensively or be like, wait, are you calling me a pedophile? No. What I'm saying is that companies have gotten you to consume pedophilic content, maybe.
she's like, companies have gotten you to. No, you have gotten people to consume.
Yeah, this would be like me if I made like the shittiest pizza in the world and then made everyone eat it and be like, "I can't believe you're eating this pizza, bro." Like, what the fuck? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, pizza guys made me make that pizza really bad, and I can't believe you're eating this. You guys, it's just
Yeah,
so
Round
fucking
Table.
bizarre.
Oh, like you work at Round Table. I can't believe you guys are eating at Round Table. Yeah, I get and you work at Round Table. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
It's definitely a moment. You know, she was sitting around thinking for a while. She got her brain going, and she
She
came up
thought
with.
she was spitting, bro.
Oh yeah, she came up with this big bright idea, and then she like forgot about the part where like she was the schoolgirl giving her stepdad a hand job in the video. Like it was you that was doing it, brother.
Yeah, and one, she I find it very funny that she's acting like she didn't contribute to the problem. Like, you're
I know the
making
way
this
she keeps
shit.
saying the porn industry is getting you to consume this. It's the industry, like okay, and the industry literally runs on your back.
Yeah, and she, she's making money from it, so of course she wouldn't stop. But I'm like, dude, if you would have just gotten a real job in some alternate timeline, you wouldn't have contributed to this shit. You would have contributed to society, but you want to be fucking lazy and take the easy way out.
Yeah, and then you could be posting these big brain takes, and it would make sense.
Yeah, I mean, the whole idea that porn is rotting people's brains is not a new one, and I think we see it being true more and more every day. Like we know that that's what it's so available for. Like, isn't it crazy how you can't even watch sports games without a crazy subscription
Yeah,
nowadays? But you can look up porn right now
yeah.
and see whatever you want.
Maybe even content that you don't necessarily agree with because they're portraying attractive people in it. They're using girls like me and a lot of the other girls I got into the industry with to portray these ideas to you. And you are going to be more susceptible to them because you find us attractive. And I'm not saying that you are a pedophile. I'm saying that they are trying to turn you into one or trying to make you more okay with it. And that's the end of my rant.
Yeah, I was like, dude, this is fucking hilarious.
That is hilarious because in a way she's somewhat right, but
That's what I'm saying. She is totally right, but it's the fact that she is the industry.
Yeah, well, and literally fucking no self-awareness. How the fuck does she
Yeah.
not like think about what she's saying? I sometimes wonder. I catch people in moments like that a lot. I'm like, are you listening to yourself right now?
Yeah, no, I do not think she was listening to herself.
No, it's fucking crazy. And crazy for her to make a video about it with no apology too. May I add?
Oh yeah, no, like I regret my time. I'm pretty sure she's still an active. Yeah, like
She's
she's
in,
still
she's in
active.
active duty.
Yeah, she's still a porn star.
Yeah, it's crazy. No apology. Like, oh, I'm sorry, I've contributed to this over the years, but no, nothing. She's just like, oh, you guys are the fools for consuming it.
I was talking to this is just like a funny side note. I was talking to that Mexican chick in LA that I've been talking to,
Nice,
and I
nice.
was telling her that I don't like porn, and she was like, "Oh, but you follow girls on Instagram, and like I'll see likes from your account." And I was like, "Yeah, I follow Instagram girls. That's like the most I get to is like I'll basically follow porn girls on Instagram, but they can't post nude on Instagram."
Yeah,
And then I told her I was like, half the reason I like them from the disco page is because I think it's funny. I think it's funny that people would see like, oh, Disco Acid Cult TV likes this post from some like Asian girl in her underwear or something.
yeah,
But then two, I'm just like, yeah, that's just the most I do. And I'm like halfway like a nerd. Like sometimes they are like okay, it's a cool looking picture or like it's a funny video or something. And
yeah,
yeah, I'm like, but that's like the most I do. And then she tried to spin it. She's like, that's almost worse because that means you can like take so little and completely sexual. And I'm like, well, it's not like I'm not jacking off on Instagram. Like, I think you're like
yeah.
shooting the, I think you're jumping the shark. I'm not jacking off on Instagram. I'm kind of just like scrolling from that page. I also can't get that algorithm down. Like because I feel like that my algorithm from the disco page should be different than my personal page. So I try to
Yeah.
follow different pages
Mm.
but then I noticed the disco algorithm pretty much just looks like my personal algorithm, except with like Instagram girls posting like modeling pictures and shit. But
Yeah.
I try to make it like 80s music,
Mm.
like more rock and roll stuff, but it's just I don't know. I can't figure out how to
It
get
always
that.
ends up being fucking IG thotties. No matter, dude, I fucking block the ones that pop up on my Explorer, and they like the other chicks will still pop up. It's inevitable. It's because they want you to be addicted to porn and all that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, Instagram posts the craziest. There's like some ads you'll find that has like fully nude girls now too. Like people like it'll slip through the Instagram censorship
That's
cracks.
crazy. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, my buddy Marco sends me that shit whenever he finds it. It'll be like an ad for an AI girlfriend or something, and it shows her completely naked, and it's like,
Dog.
damn, Instagram, of course, misses this stuff, but they sure don't miss when I post a Jeffrey Dahmer meme. Like they sure catch that right away.
Yup. It's because they don't want people to see Jeffrey Dahmer shit, but they do want you to see fucking porn and be addicted to gooning and all that shit. It's ridiculous. I've heard people refer to it as like the most like genius and subtle eugenics plan of all time.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
To have people addicted to porn, man.
People just quit having kids because they just goon in their room.
Yeah, well, and soon their plan is gonna be complete. People are gonna have fucking AI android girlfriends and all that shit, and then we're really done. When that happens, I think we're truly done for.
Yeah, the AI girlfriend thing. I just watched Blade Runner 2049 recently again,
Nice.
and I was when his AI girlfriend Joy or whatever. That life seems terrible.
Yeah, dude. I think once that happens, we're gonna be done for. And there's not enough people that would say that that's not right anymore, because we don't believe in anything anymore as a country. All we believe in is liberalism, and liberalism is like, oh, you should do whatever you want. There's not enough people that are willing to like speak out against that kind of stuff to stop our society from falling to that.
Yeah, they all believe in what is it like subjective moralism,
Yup. It-
where your own set of morals can be, which is funny because of course they say that, but then if you're a conservative,
Yeah, right.
oh fuck that, you're morally wrong. No, we're talking about, we're not talking about politics, we're talking about humanity and moral good. You believe in subjective moralism. So if people support ICE, why does that make you so mad? That's their
Exactly.
morals.
That's their subjective morals. I completely agree with you, but it's because they don't really believe in anything. They believe in what old TikTok tells them to believe in. It's fucking ridiculous, dude. The
Yeah.
amount of times I catch people backpedaling on their arguments. Not to out myself too much, but there was a talk in one of my classes about a local organization that was listed on my school's website as like, oh, just a heads up, this organization is transphobic. And I said, because keep in mind, this organization is a place that works with children mostly. And my classmates were like, "Can you believe that? Isn't that fucked up?" I'm like, "No, they work with children. I would hope they're transphobic. Like, kids should
Yeah.
not be being exposed to tranny shit. Like, that's wrong." And they're like, "Oh, wah. You're just saying that because you're Christian, yada yada yada." I'm like, "Dog, I would say this shit even if I wasn't Christian. Like, that's wrong. Kids
Well,
should
it's
not be
also
learning
like,
about that shit."
yeah, I am saying that because I'm Christian. Like, what's What's wrong with
No,
that's
exactly. And I even said that. I was like, guys, like maybe I am saying because I'm Christian, but if I were Muslim saying the shit, you guys would not have a problem with it. It's because I'm Christian that you're getting
oh
on me
yeah.
for it. But if
Yeah,
I were
no.
like, oh, Allah forbids this, they'd be like, my bad, bro. Inshallah or whatever the
Y
fuck.
you should start claiming that. You should go to class and claim that you're a Muslim and then just say all the same stuff a Christian would say and then see what they say.
No, that dude, they would be totally okay with it. They'd be like, "Oh, right on. You know, you believe what your people believe in." But because I'm Christian, they fucking dog my ass. But it's okay. I dog them back. I call them retarded.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they don't. They just believe in everyone should be able to do whatever they wanna do as long as they wanna do what I wanna do. That's all it is.
No, exactly. And you know, they don't want to pay repercussions for like that. That is to me. That's why our society's at the point where it's at because people think that people should be able to do whatever they want. I'm like, dude, no. Like you need to do what's right at the end of the day, and that's why we're all fucked up.
Yeah, and they somehow don't realize the slippery slope that it's like, Ted Bundy thought what he was doing was fine, so where do you draw the line on the whole subjective moralism or let everybody do whatever they want as long as it makes them happy?
Yeah, exactly. Like, at what point do you draw the line? Like, what? How far is too far? I do sometimes wonder that. My buddy was telling me that. He's like, dude, pretty soon people are gonna be fucking, marrying AI robots, and there's like furry people out there and shit. Like, at what point do we say like, all right, like, cut the crap. Like, this can't be allowed no more.
Yeah. No, they just think I should go to whatever, as long as they would say, "Oh, as long as you're not hurting anybody," but then they don't understand that, like, convincing a child that he was born in the wrong body is gonna hurt the child.
No, exactly. And then they're gonna be fucking stuck that way, and they're gonna be fucked up in the head for the rest of their fucking life. Dude, it's a tragedy. I really don't know what will stop the country from sliding down the slope.
I'm pretty black-pilled, I think the country's just doomed.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm curious to see. I think in the next 10 years we'll know. Like there, of course, I try and be optimistic and hope for the best. But yeah, I really don't know anymore.
Yeah, I imagine, I mean, if you actually think about, like, statistically, the way it's gonna go is just that, like, we'll just be a Muslim country within the next 50 years. It'll just be like
I don't know if it's that because there's not enough of them, bro. Like there's not enough.
yeah, no, not yet, not until they all have 10 kids, and then, like I said, in the next 50 years, those kids grow up, and then they
Yeah, I
start
mean
voting, they put their people in power.
that's true. I think 50 years is too soon for any kind of shit like that. I think it would probably take a couple generations, but that's definitely a possibility, especially if liberals don't stand up for anything fucking normal in America.
Yeah, we're not having enough kids, and then, I saw somebody online the other day, he was saying that what Muslims do, because like we're saying, Muslims are way pretty much like far right as far as like social, like no gay people.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's funny what he was saying was on the national level, they vote left because the Democrats will let them bring their people, they'll let them keep immigrating. But then on the local level, they vote conservative.
That's
And then
hilarious.
yeah, they vote conservative when it comes to like their town politics or their state politics, but on national level, they like that's their plan. They vote Democrat, and then once there's enough of them, they all have 10 kids, and then all those kids grow up. They run for office. The white people simp for them and vote for them. I mean, like, Mom Donnie is like the first example of that. Well, I guess Ilhan Omar could also be one.
Yeah, dude. I even see fucking like young Mexican chicks simping for that kind of shit. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? You're supposed to be Catholic. Why the fuck would you support this shit? Pisses me off.
It's not a question of whether we will get to the end of the race of life. It's how we live it that is most important.
Yeah, but when your
Yeah,
quality of life is fucked up from your country being fucking taken over by retards, I think it's hard to live a quality life.
yeah. I think the point is, like, at the end of the day, though, all you can really do is whatever the
It's
fuck
true.
you can
I
do.
do agree. You can only do what you can do. That's how I try and approach my life currently.
Yeah. That's why I always hate when people start talking about, like, "Oh, Ukraine, aren't you so worried about Ukraine?" I'm like, "That
No.
what the fuck does that have to do with me?"
Dude, I always think, I think you talked about on stream, brother, like 10 years ago, I probably didn't even know Ukraine existed. Like, I do not give a fuck about Ukraine. Fuck them for all I
Dude,
care.
10 years ago, none of these fucking kids knew what Ukraine like, none of these kids knew. That's the funniest thing about it. I'm like, you cannot even you can't tell me where Ukraine is on a map. You can point to Russia and then maybe find your way to Ukraine if you're lucky, but yeah, no, 10 years ago, none of these fucking left-wingers knew anything about Ukraine. Now they have Ukrainian flags that they bought on Amazon.
Oh, dude, they're cool with us giving them billions of dollars that we pay for. That's why I always hate people that are down to give out foreign aid. I'm like, dude, don't you realize that like that's our money? And not only are we getting it taxed from our paychecks, but then we're just giving it to other people.
They
It's
don't
like
realize that.
I'm like, there's no way they don't know that. Where do they think the fucking money comes from?
They think they just print it, and then they think that money doesn't get paid for either. There was a clip I saw another video where it was like some black girl, and she was like, "Oh, all the white people." Of course, she was bringing it down to race. She's like, "All the white people say they don't want us having food stamps because it's their tax dollars that pay for it." Oh
Yeah.
well, if they're so smart, where does their tax dollars come from? Oh, why don't you tell me that? And the person that was reacting to it did that thing where he like stares at the screen like she's
Mm,
retarded, and then the video ends.
that's
Yeah, that's
awesome.
like that's what these people think. Like they just think the government prints money, and that money is just it's totally good to use. Nobody needs to pay for it. It's not going to get taken out of our paychecks, or they know it and they don't care because they don't have jobs. So like when a left winger without a job votes to send money to Ukraine, it's not their money.
Yeah, it's true. I've seen a lot of people. There's lots of videos talking about how like single moms in the hood will have like 8, 9 kids on purpose so they can get the biggest welfare check possible. And it's
Yeah,
just like,
they
dude,
plan that shit.
this shit, like in my opinion, I'm actually fine with social services. I think food stamps and welfare is not inherently a bad thing, but you do need to have a job to get that shit. That's my standpoint. Like if you have like a shitter job and you genuinely can't afford it, like fine, have a temporary assisted aid from the government. I mean, the government's supposed to work for us at the end of the day. It's like the whole point. But if your plan is to just be a single mom and have 20 kids so you get the most amount possible, you should be in jail.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the whole point of it. It's supposed to be temporary. You either get it to start your life,
Yeah.
maybe you get laid off, you go through a hard time, you sign up
Exactly.
for
I'm
it.
I'm totally fine with that. That's the whole point of the government. It's supposed to look out for our back. But,
Yeah. It's not
when
supposed to be your job.
yeah, when people scam the system, I mean, to me that's theft. I think you should be in jail for that kind of shit.
Yeah.
What is this
I'm down.
talking
I'm
about?
down for scamming the government, but when it comes to scamming tax dollars from people that worked for it, no.
Exactly, yeah, because you get your paycheck and you see how much of that shit goes to the feds. It's like, what the fuck is the point, bro? Especially when you have a shitter job. It's like, really, you're gonna take money from my little shitter job, bro? Come on.
Yeah, and then it comes time to it's tax season. You got to figure out how much money you got to pay them. I always hate that, even though they already know how much you got to pay them.
Yeah, I've heard that back in the day, it used to be they would just send you the check in the mail and you would pay it that way because they already know. Because if you pay the wrong amount, they come after you. So I'm like, oh, so you do know what I'm supposed to give you, but you make me pay for it anyways. It's crazy.
And I bet you they changed it just so that if you make a mistake, they can fine you some more.
Yeah,
Because
facts.
that's how it should be. They just send you the bill in the mail. Just send it to me in the mail. I'll send you the money, whatever. You send me whatever back. But no, they make it complicated so that when you do fuck up, because it is like intentionally complicated, then they can fine you and take more money from you.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, it is always liberal women that are like, "Oh, Handmaid's Tale." But let me go ahead and make my quality of life actively shitty for the things I vote for. It's just like, are you retarded?
Yeah. And then they vote to bring in like third worlders that are like totally down to rape white chicks. I remember that thing I found that I thought was like super interesting that I never thought about when it talked about how
Oh, dude, yeah, I know what you're talking about already.
Middle Eastern dudes and Indian dudes, they don't know how to court women because it's not in their DNA because of arranged marriages. Their
Yeah,
whole lives throughout past generation, they're just born and then their parents just get them a wife. So that's why now they just go out and rape chicks because they don't know how to talk to girls. They don't know what to do. So they just go out and they just, oh, well, I want to fuck this girl. So I'm just going to do it because they don't know any other way. Because it's like, I remember I heard it a long time ago. A theory was that the reason Asians are so bad at driving is because they just haven't had cars for as long as we have. So
maybe, I don't know.
it's not quite genetically built in yet. They
You think driving is in the genes?
yeah, well, stuff like that it starts becoming, like, I'm trying to think of
Definitely,
another
definitely,
example.
at least more familiarized with like you grow up in the car, you see your parents driving. If you come from a country with more public transportation, you don't grow up seeing that shit. So I see your vision.
Yeah, and I mean, it's the same idea as with the Middle East, the Muslim dudes. They're it's
Yeah,
just not built into their genetics yet. They don't know how to go out and talk to girls and like, oh, do you want to go on a date? And then you start dating, and then maybe if it goes well, you get married.
yeah, they just go out there fucking punching.
Yeah, they just know that one day their parents are going to come home with a wife, and that's how it goes. So now you put them loose, set them loose into the world, and they have these like uncontrollable urges and shit that they've never had to deal with before.
Dude, have you ever I think people don't account for how fucking freaked out Muslim people are as a whole too. Have you ever heard of what like Muslim heaven is supposed to be like?
Isn't it just like you get a bunch of virgins and shit?
The lore on Muslim heaven, if you're a good Muslim, is that you go to heaven and Allah blesses you with hella virgins, and you have a never-ending erection, and the virgins' breasts never sag. That's their idea of heaven.
Yeah, Jesus
I'm like,
Christ.
dude, how can you stand by this religion that the whole goal is sexual, bro? I'm like, this is the hill we're gonna die on, bro. What the fuck is that?
If I made a YouTube video and said that like I'm starting my own religion, and in this religion when you die you'll have a never-ending boner with a bunch of virgins whose tits never sat, girls would call me a misogynist and an
Yes.
incel.
They would call you a fucking weirdo. Like your whole religion is that you want a never-ending boner and chicks with non-sagging tits.
Yeah, they would call my religion a misogynist sex cult.
Yeah.
And then of course you go, no, actually that's taken straight out of the Muslim texts. And then
Yes.
they would say, oh, you're racist or you're like, they never have any answers for things like
That
this.
is their whole goal. That's the whole reason they want to be good Muslims, because that's what they're fighting for,
They
bro.
want tits that never sag.
Yeah, it's crazy out there, man. That's why I always laugh when people, I get in arguments with people sometimes. No back. Oh, so you just think your religion's better than everyone else's? I'm like, I do actually. Have you looked
Yeah.
at the other fucking religions, bro? They're crazy.
Yeah. You're like, one, that's why I chose it, and two, it's just like, dude.
No, exactly. Christianity is the only religion that there's literally nothing bad about, like Jesus's message. But you look at like Talmudic Judaism and the Islam shit. It's just like, what the fuck? Like this is what people are arguing for? Like it's crazy, bro.
I definitely think it would be cool to start my own like religion, especially with the internet now. You could do it pretty easily, I'm sure. But having anything new is what would be hard. Who's that chick that was like a conspiracy theorist that believed in reptilians? They made a documentary about her. Hold on, I remember the documentary name so I can find it. They did one documentary called The Devil You Know, and that was about Pazuzu Al-Gharad, but then they did another series of The Devil You Know, and it was about this fucking lady. And she had a radio show. It was like it was actually like a very early podcast, and it had the shitty quality of old school radio, so I was really jealous. Kind of rambling until I find the answer. Of course, I can't fucking find it. God damn it. I don't know. There was just a lady who made like Sherry Shriner.
Oh, I've heard the name, yeah.
Yeah, she basically started a cult. It was kind of like an Alex Jones-ish. They believed in reptilians. She had a show, weekly show online where everyone tuned into and listened to, and she sold this kind of rock online that was supposed to protect you from certain spirits or certain energies. It was one of those deals.
Yeah.
I think a lot of conspiracy theorists are into it though. Oregon. It's like Orgone.
The Rock?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of that shit, yeah.
Yeah, she would sell that, and it was supposed to keep you protected. It's some kind of like combination of different rocks and minerals and shit.
Mm.
And then yeah, and of course she was one of those types that anytime anything happened to her, I'm actually talking smack on Monkey App all day. I've wanted to go on Monkey App for a while.
What is Monkey App? Is he talking about Reddit?
It's basically the new Omegle.
Oh, hell no. I hate websites like that. I would never do that shit.
Gypsy Crusader, that's what he uses when he streams. He goes on
Sure
Monkey
he
App.
does.
Yeah, basically like a chat roulette Omegle. It was like melted. Yeah, it was like a rock. I mean, you could get it in all. It looks like a puck. That's the shape it comes in, but it's got different kinds of crap in it. And yeah, I'm sure there is plastic. Yeah, they called it an energy buster, and she would call her crew the Oregon Warriors.
That's fucking hilarious.
And yeah, she made a shit ton of money. And
I'm
she would
sure
always
she
tell
did.
stories that like the government was after her.
Dude, especially if you can get you just need young stupid people on your side, and dude, they'll give you all their fucking money.
Sometimes not even young, old people fall for that shit too.
That's true, boomers.
Yeah, like old divorced ladies or dudes with nothing to live for. They'll just
Yeah, it's like that one Annie's friend that's with that old bald fuck online or whatever. I'm sure she gives that guy a bunch of money.
Oh yeah, I wonder, Annie. I don't think you're still here, but yeah, you were talking about the lady you met in the Typo Negative fan club or whatever. If you want to know about Monkey App, ask me. I'm pretty sure there's no rules on Monkey App, or are there? Like I said, I know Gypsy Crusader goes on there, so I assume they got to be pretty lax with the rules, because that's like his whole thing is finding black people and talking shit to them.
I saw one where he gets a Jewish person. He's like, "You're a Jew," and like the fucking like exclamation points go up and shit.
Yeah.
But nah. I like you know like you were saying like Annie's fucking old friend. She's probably giving that fool hella money. If you could just be that guy for these people, dude, they fucking give you all the money in their wallet tomorrow.
Yeah, I would love to get to a point where people would give me money on the internet for doing whatever. Like I said, one of the early goals of the channel, if I ever hit like, I don't know, 100,000 subscribers, I'm gonna start a GoFundMe for.
Dick jerkers from Turkey. That sounds terrible. That's why I don't fuck with apps like that.
Yeah, I guess you never know who you're gonna run into. I just never know, like, what would you? I don't know, like, do you ever like actually make friends on there? Everyone calls me Unk or Jew on Monkey. That is funny that they call you a Jew. Unk, I could see. I think anyone over 30 now classifies as an Unk.
Yeah.
All right, since I'm hitting this wall now, I'll hit Dragon Ball GT before I start looking for other stuff.
GT.
I might have some stuff saved on Twitter to run through. Anyone that is in chat that isn't said anything or anything, I don't know, put some stuff in chat because I'm gonna need some stuff once I run through these 3 episodes or these 2 episodes to talk about. I'll pull the caption up too. I actually have it prepared. All right, so we got episode 32 and 33.
Yeah.
After saving Pan, Oob reveals that he could tell that something was wrong with Earth, so he started training at a secret place in the mountains, and he could tell that Goku's spirit had kind of died out, and so Pan reveals that Goku's dead. So Oob starts fighting with Baby, and he's actually pretty badass for the first couple minutes.
Facts.
When Gohan, Goten, and Trunks go to check up on Baby, he gets mad and tells them that he's just testing Oob's strength, and then he just kills them. So he kills Gohan, Goten, and Trunks. Goku sees this in the crystal ball on Elder Kai's planet or dimension or whatever. He wants to go back to Earth now. So Elder Kai tells Goku, well, there is a way that we can pass up all this training, but it's going to be a very painful procedure. So Elder Kai tells Goku that he's going to pull his tail out of his back with a pair of pliers. The original training Elder Kai was going to have him do was going to see his tail naturally grow out, but now
Yeah.
Elder Kai's saying, yeah, fuck it, we can just pull it out with some pliers.
Mm.
So back on Tuffle, Baby and Oob are fighting, and Oob falls out of the sky onto the ground, and Pan tries to attack Baby, but he obviously spots her away pretty easy. Baby starts charging up another revenge death ball for Oob, and Majin Buu tells Hercule that he's always been his best friend, but he feels that he needs to help Oob.
Mm.
So Baby throws the revenge death ball at Oob, but Buu flies in front of it, and I think he eats it, and then it blows up.
Yeah.
That's what I got from it. He eats it, it blows up. Baby leaves with Bulma, and then Oob, now laying on the ground, sees what it looks to be like the spirit of Majin Buu. Like Majin Buu's now kind of up there talking to him.
Yeah.
He tells him, we're the same person. You're the reincarnated me. And then Buu says, I'll merge with you. I'll fuse with you to give you my power, which I don't really know how Buu could fuse with him if he's dead, but whatever.
Yeah, no, I don't know. It's one of those weird, the whole Boo and Bobbity, it's all the weird, like, magic shit that has no rules. So I just roll with it.
Yeah. But now we got Majin Buu and Oob have fused. Back at Elder Kai's, they're still working on Goku's tail, and then we see Majub, I'm just going to call him Oob still.
Yeah.
Oob challenges Baby again right before the episode ends.
Mm-hmm.
So in episode 33, Elder Kai and Kibito Kai are still working on the tail. Goku sees in the crystal ball that Buu and Oob have fused. Oob and Baby start fighting again, and now Oob is obviously a lot stronger. Well, I mean, it seems like he is, but at Elder Kai's, Goku, this time Elder Kai's, Goku ties Elder Kai to a rock and then has him hold on to Goku's tail with the pliers while Goku flies away from him to pull his tail out. And it works. Goku gets his tail back.
Yep.
On Tuffle, Baby overpowers Oob and reverses the chocolate technique. So he turns Oob into chocolate and then eats it, which I'm sure gives him Oob and Boo's powers now.
Mm.
Goku gets back to Earth, though. Goku's back on Earth. Or back on Tuffle. We're on Tuffle.
Yeah.
He immediately turns Super Saiyan 3, starts fighting with Baby again, but Goku doesn't really seem any stronger, and he's kind of disappointed, it seems like. After Baby throws him around a little bit, Goku falls back into base form. As Goku lays on the ground, he stares at Earth and starts thinking about his life with his friends, and he starts transforming into Uzaru finally.
Yo.
But this time it's a golden Uzaru, so it's like a Super Saiyan Uzaru. And then
Mm.
Baby remembers the Uzaru form from when the Saiyans took over his original home planet. And then the episode ends. So next episode we'll come back to. I don't think Goku spends that much time as the Great Ape.
No, it's pretty quick sequence. But dude, it's fucking goated. I like this transformation. This is my favorite transformation in the whole series, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, the Super Saiyan 4 is the best because it's supposed to be like the original Saiyan form. Or like the true Saiyan form, whatever
Yeah,
you want
it's
to
like
call
the
it.
mixture of like the Super Saiyan form and like the golden or like the Uzaru. It's like combining them. And I think it's cool just because we haven't had the Uzaru in so long. Like the last time we seen it was, back in early Z.
Yeah, I mentioned that in my notes that I forgot to read that we haven't seen Uzaru since early Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the last time we see it, and then for it to come back all these years later, and for it to end up being like this, the way to get to the strongest form, dude. I think it's so sick, and it doesn't hurt that Super Saiyan 4 is also the best looking form in my opinion too.
Yeah. What is the Invisible Man and soon-to-be wife? And Pina Mochi, good timing. We can talk
Oh,
about wrestling news.
dude, fucking facts. Roman Reigns is their only. Like, it sucks that all their top guys are 40 plus. There's literally no one good under the age of 40 right now. It's sad.
I will say, did you see the Roman Reigns promo on CM Punk last night?
No, it was good. I liked it.
Or on Monday? It was really good with Roman Reigns talking about the podcast, where
Yep.
Punk trashed the company.
Yep.
But it does suck that's all their stars. And who's gonna win?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know who they're gonna have win, Punk or Reigns. I don't really know.
I think they'll have Roman win. Roman, because Roman hasn't had the title reign in a while, and he's never held the new big gold. I think they want to give that belt some more notoriety, so they'll have him win it just to give that belt some more clout. But I hate that because they're setting up, in my eyes, what I can see is they're setting up a Gunther Reigns world heavyweight feud. I fucking hate Gunther, dude. I'm sick of Gunther beating all these legends. Like Gunther beat AJ Styles. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? Like, why are we letting Gunther beat all these fools? Stupid.
Yeah, I definitely don't like Gunther at all. I don't know why they're so behind him.
Dude, he sucks, and he's old too. It'd be one thing if he were hella young and could carry the company, but yeah, Roman will go over, no doubt. I agree, Pedro Moche, but dude, Gunther just fucking sucks, man. I fucking hate that fool. He has like the worst promos of all time. He looks like a fucking retard. I can't stand him.
Yeah. No, I don't like him at all. I don't think he's got much personality.
Yeah, he just chops hella hard. And he's a good technical wrestler, but to me, he was perfect when he was the IC title guy. I have nothing against him being in the IC title picture forever.
Yeah. Yeah, the AJ Styles retirement was weird.
Oh,
in
he's going
general.
to or TNA.
He better go to TNA. I'd be devastated if he went to AEW.
No, he's
But
going to TNA to finish his career.
people think he will go to AEW just because he knows a lot of people there now, but I would be devastated.
Nah, because TNA is bigger or getting better nowadays. So I think they will he'll finish out his career there, help him get some more fame and credibility.
An invisible detective and a blind secretary actually does seem like the most anime romance story I've ever heard.
That is some anime actually. That's hilarious.
Like, not only is he invisible, but she is blind, just to make sure you get the idea. That is actually pretty badass, though.
That's funny. But she
Where you
always
gotta
knows
get an
where he is.
invisible dude and a blind chick, but she always knows where he is. ...
Mysterious ass shit. But now seeing AJ Styles lose like that, even having I don't care about Gunther beating Goldberg, but to have Gunther beat AJ Styles, then who else did he beat? Who else did he retire?
He just retired someone reached Goldberg.
Nah, it was Goldberg, someone else, and then AJ Styles. Who was it?
I don't remember.
Fuck. Who was it? Because I also didn't like it. Let me just look it up real quick.
I do have a funny joke really quick, though, on Twitter. Somebody posted this and said, 5 sets of Chris Benoit at Planet Fitness is crazy.
Oh, I've seen this one. That shit's fucking funny. Dude, we're retarded. Fucking Gunther's the one that retired John Cena, too.
Oh, God.
I already forgot about it. That's how shitty of a fucking match that is. Like, that's how stupid that shit is. Fucking John Cena, one of the top 3 wrestlers of all time. And fucking him and AJ Styles both go at the fucking Gunther. Shut the fuck up, man. You've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, Dixon Cider came through with this answer here. What
Yeah.
did anyone think about this? CM Punk being his typical faggot self, as much as I like CM Punk. This guy says, "Remember when we were all kids and we all loved Hulk Hogan?"
Oh,
And
shut the fuck up, bro.
CM Punk says, "I don't know where you grew up," as if Hulk Hogan wasn't the most famous person on the planet in the 80s.
Yeah, dude. No, CM Punk's turned into quite a fag, bro. I don't know what the fuck. Well, I do know what the fuck happened to him. He met his wife, and he has to act like he's a fucking bleeding heart liberal 24/7. There's no
Yeah,
way he wasn't a fucking Hulk Hogan fan.
it definitely is his wife. The thing about Hulk Hogan is it's like, yeah, I'm sure CM Punk was more of a Macho Man guy or a Roddy Piper guy, but you can't be stupid. You can't play stupid and act like Hulk Hogan wasn't, like, literally maybe the most famous person on the planet at one point. Like,
Yeah, no effects. I mean,
but-
Macho Man Randy Savage is cooler, but you can't deny that, it was Hulk Hogan, bro. That's who made the business what it is today.
yeah, so when Punk says, "I don't know where you grew up," it's like, he grew up on planet Earth, like,
Yeah.
with all the normal people,
No
but Punk
facts.
has to pretend like "Oh, I've always hated Hulk Hogan," or like, it makes you look stupid. It makes Punk look like he doesn't know anything about pop culture.
Yeah, well, who believes this shit?
But yeah, no, you gotta act like Hulk Hogan was never that big of a deal. It's like when people act like Ted Nugent. They go, "Oh, Ted who?" Like, you mean one of the greatest guitar players of all time that every
Yeah.
rock star ever since the 70s has cited as an influence until Donald Trump became president and Ted Nugent supported him? Like, when you say Ted who, like, that makes you look like a retard, not, that doesn't make Ted Nugent look bad. That makes you look stupid.
I completely agree. I also agree with Pena Moche's take on Bret Hart. I agree. It is funny how fucking bitter he is nowadays. Fucking Bill Goldberg.
Oh yeah, Bret Hart is hilarious, but Bret Hart is definitely, to me, like him and Chris Benoit are very similar in the way that what they did looked real. Like when you watch Bret Hart, it looks like he's hurting people.
What's that? Facts. I feel the same way about Kurt Angle.
Yeah, yeah. Kurt Angle, Benoit, Bret Hart, few people that like Brock Lesnar too.
Oh, facts. Well,
Brock Lesnar's not like a great technical guy, but with him it's mostly aura. But with the other guys,
Yeah.
it's technical. It looks like they're actually hurting people. Like Bret Hart, when he punches people, it looks like it hurts.
Yeah, facts.
Whereas nowadays, you're lucky if you get a punch at all. They do those gay forearms that I fucking
Oh,
hate.
dude, I fucking hate this shit.
Owen Hart stunt training. Jesus Christ. The straight edge guy is kind of a bitch. Yeah. Well, no,
Yeah, facts.
Pump. I was gonna call him Pumpsy because I was reading Punk and Pepsi.
Yeah.
Punk used to be cool. Like we watched that clip of him a couple weeks ago when he was
on,
talking about
on ROH.
back in
Yeah.
Ring of Honor, taking advantage of some chick that was basically a ring rat that got into the business and they would have her pay for all their shit. It's
Yeah.
like, bro, what happened to this guy? You know?
Well, he used to be creative too. Like I feel like he has no gimmick now. He's just himself. Like we need like the cult leader Punk back. Like he has no gimmick anymore. He's just a fucking liberal fag now.
His whole gimmick now is just I'm back and I'm happy, and it's like, okay, that's fine for like
Yeah.
the first 2 months, but you gotta start doing work eventually. You can't just be the I'm back and I'm happy guy forever. Because
No, exactly. He's been, dude. I realized the other day, dude. He's been back since 2023.
yeah, it's old. He's still continuing
Yeah.
to do that's his only gimmick now is I'm back home and I'm happy about it. It's like, okay, we get it. Like you're back, you've been back. Let's get a character going. Let's get a thing going.
No facts. Dixon Sider says, I love Brett the wrestler, but Brett the man seems so bitter. I don't know. I think the bitterness is fucking funny. The fact that he's so fucking turned up about that shit 24/7 is hilarious to me.
It is funny, and if anyone has paid their dues, like he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah, Bill Goldberg.
Did you see that news about the chicks having to pay for their own clothes in Saudi Arabia?
No, I didn't see that shit. That's fucking hilarious.
God, WWE is crazy.
Did you
Yeah,
see? Oh, my bad. Go on. I have a follow up to this though.
No, I was just saying WWE does not cover. You know how in Saudi Arabia they've got to wear full body suits.
Yeah,
They have to pay for that shit themselves, which is hilarious.
comes out of their fucking paycheck. That shit's hilarious. Did you see that Rey Mysterio for the Royal Rumble? He has a cross on his mask. He had to turn it into
No.
a crown, and then he had to cover up his cross tattoos. I'm like, brother, what the fuck are we doing? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, they need to quit going to Saudi. The thing is, if they want to do like one little show in Saudi Arabia once a year, fine. But having the Royal Rumble there is straight up blasphemy.
Dude, WrestleMania is gonna be there.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that too.
It's
just-
crazy, dude. Having any big pay per view, like when it was just Crown Jewel, I'm totally okay with that.
yeah.
But
Talk
when it-
about fucking selling out your American fans.
No, facts. It's a fucking crock of shit. I don't know what the fuck. Well, I do know why they do it. It's for that money, Mr. Krabs type shit. But
Like
there's nothing we
WrestleMania has
can do
never
about it.
even been in England.
Yeah. That's
You
because
know,
England can't pay them fucking however many billions or millions of dollars the Saudis gonna pay them.
yeah. You know, the Saudi Arabia stuff needs to fucking die down. I mean, it won't, but
Yeah, because they do. They have so much money there.
yeah. No, it's fucking terrible. It's lame as shit to have WrestleMania there. It's like getting invited to a Diddy party and having to bring your own baby oil. Yeah, making and you know, and I'm not one of those like, oh, they're treating women terribly, fuck, oh, misogynist. No, but you know, saying we're gonna go perform in Saudi Arabia, and because of the way shit is there, you need to pay for your own clothes. Like,
Yeah, yeah. We're
bro,
going there.
I'm
Yeah.
sure they don't want to go to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Oh, not only do you have to go, but you also have to buy your own fucking outfit because your shit won't fly over there. Like, what the fuck are we talking about, man? It used to, in my opinion, the reason why WWE used to be so cool is because we had our American shit and people fucked with it overseas. Like you watch the old Japan tour tapes in like 2003, and the Japanese people fucking loved that shit. But we weren't changing it for them; they just enjoyed what we brought. But now it's almost like we have to bring our shit, but completely change it for that audience. So it's not really the same thing anymore. Like it's completely lost the point now.
Do we know why Jericho wasn't back, or did that just not happen?
Oh, it just didn't happen. I guess the rumors were not true. I've heard that he's gonna come back at some other pay-per-view now.
Yeah, I mean, he obviously has to come back. He's not. Is he still? He's not under contract to AEW at all anymore.
No, not at all. He's completely a free agent.
Okay.
I forget what other someone else had a theory for when he's gonna come back, and it made sense, but I can't recall it right now.
Oh, WWE definitely does not stand with Palestine.
Oh, dude, yeah. WWE 's
CM Punk
definitely
does. WWE definitely is. If they did have to release a statement, they are straight up like Triple H is straight up on the Trump train,
yeah, they're down with Israel.
which is fine. He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, whatever. He makes his money. Yeah, maybe I keep on seeing people saying that Triple H continues to disappoint them, and I do agree. I know that people overstate how much power he has, but he is one of the less good bookers, I would say.
Yeah, I'm starting to get real down on Triple H.
Yeah,
You know,
he's completely out of touch.
yeah, I tried for a long time. You know, I would always say like, oh, I don't know, but uh, his whole every pay per view is the start of a new era is like a meme at this point.
Yeah. Triple
Fraud. Fraud's
fraud.
booking being blasted by Saudi fans is funny. Yeah, I guess they were yelling shit at him during the post.
They don't even they don't even fuck with that shit, dude. That's how you know that shit's bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what his deal is. I don't know why he sucks so bad. It's crazy to think that a guy that was around for like the peak of wrestling and was a part of it all, like he was in, you know, the biggest storylines. Like you would think he would know the best out of anyone, but yeah, I don't know what his deal is.
Yeah, yeah, he
It's
really
either
just
it's
doesn't get
either
it.
it's either he doesn't have as much booking power as we think he does, or yeah, he's just lost it the same way that Vince has. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, well, he's just out of touch. I saw a funny Triple H thing. He was like, "Oh, like this business was so much easier when people didn't realize it was real." I'm like, dude, no fucking shit. Like, no fucking shit. But you know, and here he goes making all these documentaries on Netflix, like WWE Unreal and shit. I'm like, if you're so against people knowing how the business works, then why do you constantly show off the behind the scenes and then also side by side make the worst decisions of all time? Makes no sense. How was Vince not in the Epstein files?
That is actually crazy to think about.
Vince probably doesn't fuck with Jewish people. Would be my would be my guess. He'd be like, I don't trust him. He's Jewish.
If they get through all of the files and Vince McMahon is nowhere in there, then he really needs to come back, and that needs to be his whole thing. Like, you guys thought I was a terrible person?
Yeah, true. I mean, after seeing what's in the files, was Vince really that bad?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Vince wasn't eating children, bro.
yeah. No, if Vince is not in the files, you know, it's like there's only so bad what's like so much bad he can be or so bad he can be or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, who knows? But yeah, I don't fucking know. It is gonna be a surprise if he turns out to be nowhere in the files though, I guess.
No,
Watch.
Antonio, I feel like he wouldn't be done with that shit.
Yeah, no, I can't see him. I could see Vince being a weirdo, like he's done with like a 19-year-old chick in a
Oh, totally. Yeah. I'm not. Yeah.
in a schoolgirl uniform. But then as soon as it comes to like, let's go to an island and get a real schoolgirl, he's like, well, hold on a minute there, pal.
What did you say?
Yeah. Dude, it's yeah, I don't know. It's just weird that Vince lost it, Triple H lost it. Like, who is it gonna take to get a good booker back in wrestling?
Jim Cornette.
I mean, at this point, yeah, Jim Cornette could do better than fucking.
He's a fucking retarded cook, but I do think he understands what wrestling fans like.
Yeah, more so than Triple H or Vince McMahon for that matter.
Well, I mean, if it's not Triple H, it's gonna be fucking what's that fool's name? The Khan guy, not Tony Khan, the business guy.
Oh, Nick Khan.
Nick, it's gonna be Nick Khan, you know. So like, fuck it, dude. Like, we really don't have any options. There's no one that really gets the business anymore that has any power.
Dude, I saw a clip of, or not even a clip. I saw like the whole video of what I think wrestling is missing lately. I saw the episode. I think it was SmackDown, and I realized WWE doesn't really do like. First of all, they don't do the male soap opera stuff anymore that wrestling used to be called back in the day.
Yeah,
And then they don't do like stories that last one whole episode. So it was during the time when Stone Cold and Triple H, it was either they were feuding or Undertaker was feuding with Triple H. All the top guys were kind of involved. They all weaved in and out of things. But
yeah,
this whole episode of SmackDown was basically Undertaker gets in the ring, like first, right away. And he talks about how a couple days prior, somebody called the police and reported that Undertaker's wife, Sarah, had been in a car accident
yeah,
to get Undertaker out of the house. And then once he leaves to go check on this or something, somebody calls Sarah, his wife, and tells her that her mother has been in a car accident. And then so she leaves or something in a panic. Well, then Undertaker finds out none of those accidents were true. So he needs to get to the bottom of this and find out who made those phone calls.
yeah,
In the ring, he says, I think it was Stone Cold. And when he gets here tonight, I'm going to talk to him. So then you go to, they have a match. It's probably, like, I don't know, Tajiri versus Edge or some random SmackDown
yeah,
match.
yeah.
And then later on, there's a segment where Stone Cold or Triple H, Undertaker goes to Stone Cold's locker room, which I've talked about. I don't think we get enough footage of people in the locker rooms anymore.
Facts, it doesn't feel like a sport anymore.
Yeah, you used to always get backstage segments with wrestlers fighting in locker rooms and shit.
Mm.
Undertaker goes back and confronts Stone Cold and says, I think you made this phone call. And Stone Cold, and there's security and cops. There's no more cops in wrestling anymore either, which I always loved when they got the cops involved and people got arrested and shit.
Facts, yeah.
Undertaker confronts Stone Cold and says, you made those calls. And Stone Cold says, no, it wasn't me, but I know who it was. It was Triple H. And Undertaker says, all right, if I find out you're lying, I'm going to whoop your ass, but I'll go find Triple H.
Yeah.
So then it cuts. You get another, maybe you get a segment, some diva segment. And then later on in the show, Triple H arrives to SmackDown, which you never get anymore. You never get people arriving at the show like they used to. Like people used to pull up in the car all the time.
Yeah.
What is Triple H going to do tonight when he,
Yeah, he fucking slams the door behind him and shit. Yeah.
So Triple H and Stephanie get out of the car and they're walking backstage and all the people are looking at him kind of funny. And they're like, what's going on? And then Triple H finds Paul Heyman and he says, what the hell is going on? Why is everyone looking at me like this? And Paul Heyman's like, why the hell did you do that? What did you do? And Triple H is like, what are you talking about? Paul Heyman's like, dude, the Undertaker knows that you called and called the police and told him about all these fake car accidents. And Triple H is like, what the hell are you talking about? I didn't do any of this.
Yeah.
And then it cuts, and then you go to a segment where Undertaker goes to William Regal, who was the general manager at the time, and says, I want a match with Triple H tonight, no holds barred, so I can't get arrested when I hurt him. And William Regal says, okay, I'll give you the match. And then Triple H, I don't know, somewhere in a segment in the episode, Triple H finds out that his cell phone, Stone Cold, was in possession of his cell phone when those phone calls happened. And basically the whole point I'm getting at is they used to have like stories that would last like through the whole episode. Every so many segments, we'd go back to the story. Or even in like 2006 when Edge and Cena were feuding and Edge was in the hotel room and John Cena broke into the hotel room and beat up Edge. I feel like they don't really do that. They did for like Roman Reigns, and I think like they would do a bunch of different segments throughout the episode, but it's certainly not like the male soap opera that people used to call it.
No, definitely not. Well, and they did it for Roman Reigns and the whole, like the Samoan tribe. And that's why those parts were the most popular shit on the show for years, because they actually had like a continuous storyline. That's what wrestling is missing today. I totally agree, because without the storylines, there's no chance for new characters to be created. So that's why we have all the old guys, and we only like the old guys because of the characters from the old storylines. That's why we still like all of them. But the new guys have no chance to even build that kind of rapport with the crowd. They have no character with anyone.
Yeah, the storylines really aren't anything other than I wanna wrestle you, I wanna fight you.
Yeah, or I want your chip. Like that's it. Like I want the championship. Fucking there's no room for any characters to be created. It's sad, man. Wrestling's really gone down the toilet. They really try and make the cheapest product possible. We get no backstage scenes. Like, do you remember fucking? I think probably one of my favorite outside the ring fights was Booker T and Stone Cold in the grocery store and all that shit. Like, we get nothing even half on that level nowadays.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. No, nothing. You would never get them in a fucking because that costs money. They had to rent out the grocery store and
And
clean
the
up.
bingo hall after, like, they would never do that, like, it's well known, well documented that they are trying to put the cheapest product possible and make the most amount of profit, dude, it's a fucking shame.
Yeah. Yeah, they're so cheap, they won't rent out the store. Fizz, dear God, what did you find out about MLK Jr.? Are you just talking about the general stuff, like, that he was always banging chicks? Because to me, that's, like, one of the positives about, Martin Luther King Jr. That he was having orgies and banging a lot of chicks and cheating on his wife and shit. I'm down with that. They don't have the best rated RKO.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Dude, that was, like, we thought he died. Like, I remember watching that on TV. Like, I'm like, "This guy's old, he's dead." Like,
Nope.
his whole head was just red. He was just a red ball for a head. Like, they killed him. I just watched a guy die on TV.
Do you remember when Vince blew himself up in the car and then, like, 2 days later, the Benoit shit happened? He's
I
like,
just
"Guys,
rewatched
I'm
that.
not I'm not dead, but Benoit is."
You know when that happened, Donald Trump called WWE to make sure Vince was okay?
He thought it was real.
Yeah, when that limo blew up, and I remember it was, like, on the news. I was a kid, it was, like, on the news. They were like, "What is going on with WWE?" Like, they didn't say Vince is dead, but they were like, people like, there was still people did still believe this stuff back when I was a kid, like, even in the 2000s,
It's facts, yeah.
there was still kind of a little bit to it, and Vince's limo blowing up was fucking crazy. I guess the way they did that was they filmed the limo explosion the night before.
Oh,
And
nice.
then when Vince gets into the limo, the camera cuts and it switches to the pre-recorded footage. But,
Yeah.
that was supposed to be do you know that the story, like, that original story, what it was supposed to be?
No, what was it? Tell me.
It was supposed to be a huge push for Mr. Kennedy. It was gonna
Oh,
be
I do remember this, yes.
Vince was gonna die, and then his brother, for the first time ever that we still have never met because this didn't happen, his brother in real life was gonna show up,
Yeah.
and it was gonna be revealed that Mr. Kennedy was, like, his illegitimate son, and it was gonna be a huge push for Mr. Kennedy.
Yeah.
And then once the Benoit thing happened, they dropped it, and it turned into Hornswoggle was his turned into a
Yup.
comedy bit.
Yup, because they went PG. Uh, yeah, I thought no, for real, they used to think shit like that. Dude, I think I blame it on kayfabe. We need kayfabe back badly.
Fizz, oh, yeah, side note, I think all that stuff, a lot of people have known that stuff. It's just now kinda getting popular for people to talk about it on Instagram.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he
Oh,
didn't write it or
and the
whatever.
Rosa Parks thing is also completely fake too.
Yeah, Ben Shapiro thinks that's so cool. I love that clip. That makes it cooler that have you seen that clip?
I have seen that clip.
Yeah, and people are like, "Of course, Ben Shapiro thinks it's cool that they plot a lawsuit. Only Ben Shapiro would think it makes it cooler that they plotted the lawsuit." But yeah, no, I've seen the theory that the whole reason WWE went PG was because of the Chris Benoit thing. Like, the theory is basically Chris Benoit did what he did, and Vince said, "Okay, no more. We're actors now. This is purely acting and entertainment."
Yeah. Well, dude, even with the TV being PG, like the wrestler still had fucking aura though, man. And I do think it's kayfabe. Like I remember being a kid, even in like 2010, I still thought the Undertaker was like somewhat real.
Oh yeah,
Because it was kayfabe, bro. He wasn't out there talking about, oh, Hulk Hogan's actually a piece of shit, yada yada. Like the wrestler, like they still cared about the IP, they still cared about the product and the characters. But now we have horrible writing, horrible booking. No one's in any form of character. Everyone's just themselves. And I'm like, dude, no one wants to see these guys acting like a bunch of fags. Like we want to see them acting in character at the end of the day.
yeah. Well, when I remember when I was a kid, and I believed all that shit. I had really hard times when Randy Orton killed Undertaker, and then he came back to life.
Yeah, like how did that shit happen? I thought
'Cause
the same thing. I was like, how is this possible?
And
bro?
then when he shot the lightning up from his hands, because I was a kid and I was like,
Yeah.
"Well, wait, this is real. How does the Undertaker back from the dead?" Like, I really thought he died.
Yeah, me too.
I was in like 5th grade going to Christian school, and I'm like, "How does this guy come back to life?" And then the Boogeyman was also hard for me as a
Yep,
kid 'cause
the boogeyman.
I'm like, "How is this guy a real guy?" I guess they just hire people that are on drugs or something. Like,
Yeah, underrated.
you just didn't question this stuff,
Well,
but
and yeah, and it's like the whole Kane and I remember the Kane and Undertaker storyline fucking scared the shit out of me as a kid. That like Kane's from like the insane asylum and they're actually brothers and all that shit. I'm like, dang, like this is crazy because they cared. They had kayfabe, bro.
do you remember the whole fake Kane angle?
Yeah, of course.
And then the whole thing ended when Kane just threw him out a door of the arena?
Yep. I find it funny that they had the fake Kane because remember when Kane was the fake Diesel for a while?
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious.
That was worse because that was like they legitimately tried to like trick the audience even.
Yeah.
That was a whole like
It
a
wasn't even
terrible
a
Vince
storyline.
idea.
Yeah.
Vince was just like, well, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash went. We'll just replace their people with other people that don't look anything like them.
Yep, no, that shit's hilarious. But yeah, the Peña Moche is spot on. The product is so dog shit. We're talking about mediocre shit from 20 years ago. I totally agree. It's been dog shit for the better half of 20 years now.
Yeah, I pretty much think since the HD era started. I know there were some good things like CM Punk and Jeff Hardy, but
The
once like
Batista John Cena feud is pretty good, 2010. But yeah,
yeah, things like that. There was some good things here and there. I mean, there's always been good things here and there. Like Roman Reigns has been a good thing, but the fact that he shows up once every 4, like, dude, he shows up less than Brock Lesnar, which is funny because that was the whole reason between one of their feuds was that Brock Lesnar doesn't show up to work.
yeah.
Well, now Roman Reigns shows up less than Brock Lesnar and just wins the Royal Rumble and gets WrestleMania title shots.
No facts. Yeah, I remember that dude Dixon Saturday. Dude, the Boogeyman was fucking terrifying. I remember his entrance had me fucking scared as shit as a kid, where he'd crawl around with that clock and the worms falling out of his mouth and shit.
And then he bit that gross thing off of Jillian's face. That was disgusting.
Yo, no,
That
and
was
it all felt real.
Yeah, back when JBL had that Jillian chick as his like, she was like
Yeah.
his image consultant or whatever, basically his manager. They don't have managers really anymore. I mean, Paul Heyman is a manager. Who else is like a classic manager though? I feel like they don't really have those, a lot of those.
No, it's just Paul Heyman. But it's because, like, dude, if the wrestlers don't even have time to create characters and storylines, then no manager is ever getting a shot at that shit.
Yeah, yeah. Back, I mean, and I obviously wasn't around for the '80s, but in the '80s, like a manager was like mandatory. Like all the guys had managers, and then
Yeah, if you were a top dude, you had your manager.
in Attitude Era, some people had them. You know, they were kind of here and there, and then one of the things that was funny, one of my favorite SmackDown eras, obviously when I was a kid, like 2005, 2006. Remember all the weird tag teams? Like you remember Deuce
Yeah.
and Domino,
Yup.
like the Mel's Diner guys from the '50s with Cherry, and then I remember the debut of Eminem. I was watching
Eminem,
TV,
yeah.
and Melina did the splits on the ring, and I was like, I'm probably not allowed to watch this. This is the
Yup.
best thing I've ever seen.
You had that feeling.
And the
yeah.
cameraman would always cut away from her ass when she would do the splits, and I was pissed every time. Like, God, why? Like,
Go
I,
back.
I also used to think that the WWE Divas magazines, I used to think they were full nude,
I
and
also thought that.
and I couldn't wait to turn 18 and finally buy a WWE magazine. And then I remember one time, me and Miles and Marshall went to Hometown Market back when that was still in town,
Yeah.
and they had on the shelf a WWE Divas magazine, and I opened it up and was super bummed out that Trish Stratus wasn't actually completely naked. I was like, what the fuck is this?
What the fuck is this? That's fucking hilarious.
They definitely need to go back to treating the women wrestlers like the old school divas because they're not cutting it with the wrestling nowadays. I'll say that.
Yeah, the in-ring work is definitely like sloppy as shit. And I feel like I don't know, do people actually enjoy watching women's technical wrestling more than like the bra and panties match?
No, they just pretend like they do so they don't look like bad people. But everyone enjoyed the bra and panties matches way more.
No effects. I think that's why WWE fans especially watch women's wrestling. It's not to watch women's technical fucking amateur wrestling, bro. Come on, be real.
I also, for some reason, have this clip saved on Twitter that is an actual. Oh yeah, Dixon Cider don't even. That was like
Hell yeah.
when I was a kid. That was like peak entertainment for me. That was also like I hope my mom doesn't come into my room to tell me dinner's ready when this segment is on.
Fucking flip the channel real quick on the Dish TV remote.
So I never knew Goldberg was a golfer, but
I didn't know that either. That's hilarious.
Fashion designer.
This clip is hilarious, though.
This would be a wrestling plant, I believe. But about to get wet.
That's fucking awesome.
That is a goated Goldberg moment.
Dude, I was hoping he was gonna hit him with the spear.
Oh, he's running at someone, though. Is he gonna spear this mother? Dude, what the fuck? But yeah, no, Kelly in ECW was great. And then also, remember her storyline. Basically, it's funny how the people they made, good guys and bad guys. Kelly was dating Mike Knox in story. And then CM Punk debuted, and Kelly was trying to cheat on Mike Knox with CM Punk. But every time Mike Knox would stop it from happening or would stop her from taking her clothes off, he was the bad guy. Like, people were mad at him for not letting his girlfriend get naked and hook up with CM Punk. And then there's also that segment, I think I posted it on the Disco page, where Kelly goes up to CM Punk and she's like, I'm only 19 years old. And Punk is like, oh, that's awesome. And it's like, dude, I would love to show Punk this clip nowadays and see how he acts.
Oh, he would blame it all on Vince. He'd be like, Vince made me do it. I don't believe in that shit.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, damn, remember when it was a girl hitting on you for her to just say, I'm 19 years old? Nowadays, any girl would be calling you a fucking pedophile, even though 19 is, it's 19. 19 is not even barely legal status. 18 is the only barely legal status, I'm pretty sure. I don't know what they would call it, but I'm pretty sure whenever anything says barely legal, they're talking about 18.
I believe it. Yeah, the WWE dating scene sounds like it was pretty fucking wild back in the 2000s. I know Batista smashed like all the divas.
Yeah, Batista and Punk seem to sweep up backstage. I bet you I'm gonna get a copyright for this, but whatever, we're just gonna go for it.
I just wanted to congratulate you on your big debut match in Madison Square Garden.
Thank you.
I don't know if you know this or not, but I'm a really big fan of yours.
Really?
Yes. And I am an exhibitionist. And I would love for us to go to one of those wild and crazy nightclubs in New York City. But I am only 19. So I guess we can't really go out, but we can stay in.
Excuse me.
And then the audience would boo him for not letting his girlfriend. For not letting his girlfriend.
That's fucking hilarious. Yeah, for not wanting to be a cuck, the audience would boo.
She dated everyone in real life. Kelly dated all of them. I think Melina. I remember there was a story about, because Melina was dating Johnny Nitro, John Morrison, in real life, and she cheated on him with Batista, and he did nothing about it. And apparently, the whole locker room lost respect for him, and they all hated him.
Yeah, I believe it, man.
Because they were like, dude, how are you gonna let your girlfriend fuck Batista and then just do nothing about it? And then that was like he got a lot of heat for that. Test got Kelly and Stacy Keibler in their primes. Yeah, Test was kind of goated back in the day.
FX, may you rest in peace.
As the Muslims say, old enough to bleed, old enough to breed.
Whoa, jeez.
19 is definitely old enough to breed.
Have you ever heard the story of Booker T beating the shit out of Batista?
Yeah, the SummerSlam photo shoot or whatever. I remember as a kid, because Batista was my favorite, I was like, no way, Batista definitely won. But then now I'm like, oh yeah, Booker T was a real gangster. Of course he won.
Yeah, facts. Show out that goated clip of Booker T. Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. We coming for you.
I like his face immediately after. He's just like, ah.
Oh yeah, he knows what he did.
The manager chick was hella nice though. You can tell she like pats him on the back and like gives like a comforting face. I'm like, dang, I always watch the video. I'm like, what a nice woman, bro.
I love moments like that where you know the story, but they're staying in kayfabe. So
yeah,
she has to keep that character face on, but she's trying to tell him like, I think it's fine and you're all
yeah.
good.
She's like comforting him and shit. I'm like, dang, that's so like genuinely kind.
Yeah, while staying in character. And then there are stories of like, you know, the heel has to like take care of the baby face in the ring, but he's a heel, so he has to continue to talk shit to him, but he's also trying to take it. Like stories like that are interesting.
Yeah, dude, wrestling is so cool when done right, when it's done the old way.
Yeah, and it just hasn't been done right for over fucking 10 years.
FX.
Did you see apparently there's a banging Banjo-Kazooie mod out on for PC?
No, I haven't seen that. Show me. I fucking love Banjo Kazooie.
Yeah, I'm considering doing something about it. This is just one part of it. Banjo recompiled on PC with support for higher frame rates and models such as BK Nostalgia. This isn't the game itself, but there's like a part of it, I guess, where you can actually go
Yeah,
on
it's
to
like a
the.
little tech demo.
Yeah, I guess this is just to show off what it looks like.
Dude, that's cool.
But it would be cool because yeah, Banjo Kazooie was one of the best 64 games, and then I loved Banjo Tooie. I think some people say that wasn't as good, but I liked it because I remember you could turn Kazooie into a dragon that blew fire.
Yeah, yeah. No, dude, you should totally play Banjo Kazooie on stream. That game is fucking goated. Dude, this is tight.
Yeah, I feel like this is back when they made original games like this.
Yeah, facts. I was gonna say, dude, like even just like 10 seconds into this game, you can feel the fucking creativity in it.
Yeah, they would never just pop out a game now about let's put a let's have a talking bear, let's make him talk this funny language. We'll put a bird in his backpack.
Yeah, facts. Everyone talks like a fucking retard, and you run around collecting fucking jigsaw puzzles.
I think about things like Ratchet and Clank too. You never get a game like Ratchet and Clank
Yeah,
nowadays.
Spyro is another good example. That's like all part of the same
Oh
era.
yeah,
Yeah.
Spyro the Dragon. Yeah, no, they don't make stuff like that anymore. Now it's all. I know I sound like the old guy talking about this, but I fucking hate DLC.
Oh, facts.
Bro, back in my day, again, the boomer thing, the old person thing. When you bought a game, you bought the game. Like, and they didn't release the game until it was done. But now they're like, oh,
Yup.
the game's halfway done. We'll release it. You spent $70 on it. Come back in a month. We'll have some more of it. Or
Yeah, come back with $30 and you can get the rest of the game. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
yeah, or oh, we'll patch bugs. Why are there bugs in the first place? The game's not done if there's bugs.
No, I completely agree. Yeah, why release it with bugs? It's fucking stupid.
Are you talking about John Cena in front of Booker T? 'Cause
Yeah,
that was on, I think that was on a pay-per-view.
I
It
think
might
he's
have been
talking
on Raw.
about do-rag Vince goaded.
No, he wasn't even do-rag when he said the N-word.
Oh yeah, you're right. He was just walking around.
He
My
was just
bad.
calling John Cena his boy.
Yeah.
TKO is trying to sanitize a form of blue-collar entertainment that originated in the American
Facts.
carnival circuit.
They're trying to fucking private equity wrestling. It's sad.
I mean, I'm gonna argue it's already been sanitized. It's
Oh, yeah,
already,
it's sanitized for years. I agree with you.
yeah, it's already been ruined like that. And I've promised new MMO for 10 years. Is Ashes of Creation a game?
I'd assume so. I think he's talking about like a new MMO, some like World of Warcraft shit. Dude, you know a game I want to replay, and I get that same feeling that I get from like Banjo Kazooie, even though it's like a really different type of game. Fucking Kingdom Hearts 1. I play that game and you're in it for 5 seconds, dude. You could feel that like the people that made this game gave a shit about it.
Oh yeah.
It's so cool and colorful and creative, bro, and it's such an interesting idea. Even the
I would
lore of how that game is made is interesting.
I would probably, if I actually ran a whole run through of Kingdom Hearts today, I'd probably cry at some point.
Dude, it's such a wait, why?
Like out of sadness. Like it's just the world is not like this anymore. I couldn't handle it.
Dude, facts. I don't know if I cried, but I totally see what you mean. Like that game came out in like 2000. Like people still gave a shit about shit back then.
Oh
Like
yeah.
you could feel it in the fucking game.
We'll never get anything like Kingdom Hearts. I mean, even the song, the piano theme.
Yeah, it's so good, man. It's such a good fucking game. The first and the second game are good. 3 is good too, but you can tell like it doesn't have that same feeling to it anymore. But man, like that game just fucking hits. I need to play it again.
Kingdom Hearts 1 is a perfect game. Absolutely.
It truly is.
Pina, yeah, I would say TKO is just like making it worse. It's basically like the product was shit. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's just like if you took a log of shit and just like stuck another log of shit on top of it. That's what TKO is doing. They're just piling the shit onto shit at this point.
Yeah, in fact, it's the final stage in what's been coming forever.
Yeah, and I'm also black pilled. I don't think it's ever going to go back to. Well, the thing that sucks about now is it's kind of like rock and roll. We're in pop culture and just American culture in general. We're too sensitive for real pro wrestling. Like real pro wrestling is like violent and vulgar, and there are girls doing bra and panties matches. There are dudes fighting over. I don't know. There's old ladies giving birth. Like wrestling is just supposed to be like that. That's how
Yeah,
it.
no, wrestling, the first indicator that wrestling would never come back is the no bleeding shit. That was like the whole point. Like, oh, he's fucking bleeding out. He's gonna die.
Yeah.
But no, you can't really have that anymore.
Yeah, no, it's the same way we can't have rock and roll. You cannot have a real life Motley Crue running around today because they would just their career would be over in a day. You cannot have. I mean, they don't even do steel chair shots to the head,
Yeah.
which I love when Undertaker talks about it on his old podcast, and he's like, "Dude, it was like the safest. Like he was like it didn't even hurt. It was I think it was Maven that said that if they hit you right on the crown,
Yeah.
even hurt." Which to me seems crazy. You gotta think about the balls it takes to be a pro wrestler. Like I'm gonna let a guy like the
Max.
smash me in the head with a fucking steel chair.
And trust that he's not gonna fucking kill me with it.
Yeah. That was always an interesting thing about wrestling to me too, is the fact that you have coworkers also that you don't get along with or don't like, but you like Matt Hardy and Edge during their rivalry.
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
you gotta get in the ring and wrestle with this guy, and you cannot hurt him. Like that
Yeah,
is
you
the
have
whole
you
point.
have to trust that he's not gonna just fucking nut shot you right off the bat because he hates you.
Yeah, I think it was it might have been Bruce Pritchard. I don't know. Someone was talking about when that rivalry was going on, it was always tense backstage because they were like, we didn't know. Like they might actually fuck each other up, but they didn't like each other.
Yeah, they
were-
might get in the ring and just to say, you know what, fuck it, I'm choking this guy out on TV.
Yeah, the steel chair shots always. I mean, they sounded great. I
Oh,
recently
facts.
watched the segment where Undertaker fucks up that Canyon guy, and he gives him that steel chair shot to the head, and it just fucking sounds like a gunshot. It's crazy.
Dude, you know what clip I like of WWE dudes fucking some guy up for real? You remember that Tough Enough kid? Not Maven, the little white one?
The blonde, well, the UFC, Daniel Pewter.
Daniel Puder, yeah, and then they get him in the Royal Rumble, and Chris
Yeah.
Benoit, Eddie Guerrero all take turns fucking him up.
Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero, and Hardcore Holly,
Yeah.
who
they all
like
get their shit on
notoriously
him.
hates rookies.
Yeah, well, it's because he tried to fucking double leg Kurt Angle on TV.
Yeah.
And so they're
There's
like,
the
all right, we're
great
going to fucking get
story
him back.
in the early days of Something to Wrestle with Bruce Pritchard.
Yeah.
The early podcast episodes of the best. He talks about the Daniel Pewter saga, and he says once he did that shit to Kurt Angle, the locker room, they were not having that shit. So it became a mission to fuck this guy up.
Yeah, make him quit.
And I like all those locker room, like the boys in the locker room stories. Those ones are all great. And just the things you could do, like Miz eating chicken over Chris Benoit's bag,
Yeah.
and then they kick him out of the locker room. He couldn't change in the like just wrestling. And then the wrestler's court with Undertaker being the judge,
Yep.
stuff like
Dude,
that.
I hate to say it, it's because men were allowed to be men back then, though.
Oh yeah.
Like, that's just the natural order of how shit goes. Like, life used to be fucking locker room politics. That's how shit used to be ran. But you're
Yeah.
not allowed to be like that no more.
So I saw a clip of Hardcore Holly in an interview where they brought that up.
Yeah.
And Holly said, "No, I didn't sandbag Brock Lesnar." And he actually had a really good point.
Mm.
He said, "Do you know how fucking strong Brock Lesnar is? Do you think I could even sandbag him if I wanted to? Even if I
That's
tried,
true.
he'd still pick me up." I think he basically said what it actually was just bad timing. I just didn't go up at time. He picked me up at the wrong time.
Yeah.
But it does seem like he sandbags him. I don't know. It just seems like a genuine mistake. But Brock does seem to just say fuck it and just throws him down at that point. Like regardless, definitely what happened was Brock just said fuck it. I'm just throwing this guy.
Yeah, fuck this guy. I'm throwing him on his head. I can't stand him.
Because yeah, that shit looked crazy.
Fizz is out here roasting us in the chat.
Yeah, the Bay Area. Well, no, you're thinking Los Angeles. You're definitely thinking Los Angeles when you think about liking boys in locker room stories. Yeah, no, all the rest of the locker room stories were great. Like Teddy Long selling those pills, and then I think he told that on the Undertaker's podcast, and then they
Perfection.
bring
No,
him up on wrestlers' court charges, and he's got to buy alcohol for everyone for like a week or whatever.
Now, Undertaker being the leader and like the judge of locker room court is the peak wrestling. We'll never get to that peak again.
And then Teddy Long said they had to go find a lawyer. Like they would have to go find a representation. So he went and found Mae Young or something to represent. Like they had this whole system. But yeah, Undertaker being the locker room king made the most sense.
Nah, dude.
Which also shows you like the law of the jungle with men. Like he was not even like the world champion most of the time. He just was the guy.
Yep. No, in fact, I think that's part of the reason why wrestling also sucks. There's no leader like that anymore. Who's the leader like that?
You could argue Roman Reigns, but he's not there enough for him to be the leader.
He's never there, and he's not like I feel like he's not a man of the people like the Undertaker was.
Yeah, no. I mean, if he was there, he'd be there every week. Undertaker was on TV every fucking week.
Yeah.
He was in the locker room. He was at every house show. So yeah, no, that probably is true. There doesn't really seem to be
Yeah, well, it could be CM Punk, but CM Punk seems more busy on fucking leading the women's locker room. I don't know if you ever see all those pictures of him training with
yeah.
the chicks all the time. I'm like, dog, why are you not being a leader for the younger dudes and helping them make a name for themselves? It seems like he's just trying to fuck all these young diva chicks, which I respect if that's the case, but like,
He, he's
that's
also
not what he's saying.
he's also just obviously a faggot too. Like as much as I like CM Punk, if he was
Yeah.
the locker room leader, like what is he just going to be telling them to support trans children? Like what's
Yeah, facts. No, it's crazy, man, because he totally could be that leader for, like the younger dudes to look up to and, be that Undertaker figure, but he just doesn't seem to give a fuck at all.
yeah. Well, it's definitely just different. Like Undertaker talks about how he's like now whenever I go back, like yeah, they're filming TikToks in the locker room.
Oh, dude.
They're not shooting dice and like playing cards and I mean yeah, Undertaker's talked about that too. He's like that culture is just gone from wrestling, and that probably has a lot to do with why.
It's funny, there's like a almost a completely equivalent Kevin Garnett story about you remember when he went back to the Timberwolves for like his last year?
Yeah.
He was more of just like a mentor, like a player coach type shit. He has a story about that. It's his first game back, and they're in the locker room at halftime, and everyone's on their phone, and he's like, "What the fuck is going on?" So like, he essentially whipped them all up into shape for like one that last year, and the team was like hella close and like a very brotherhood type situation.
Wait, who tried what and Booker T laughed at him? He tried to say protect trans kids and Booker T laughed. I hope that's what happened.
Booker T, I've heard does not fuck with that shit, so I believe it.
CM Punk is the first one gonna say he's trans. If CM Punk came out and claimed like non-binary,
That would be fucking hilarious.
I would
bro.
actually probably like fully drop my fanship. Like I might fully just turn and say,
Oh, yeah,
"Fuck
no,
you."
if CM Punk came out and said he's fucking non-binary, I wouldn't be a fan anymore. Because that's a blatant lie. He's fucking 50 years old. You're gonna decide you're non-binary at 50, bro?
He's already pushing it with that goy slop vampire cop movie.
Well, and the trans kid shit is fucking pretty unforgivable in my eyes. I'm pretty close to not being a fan of him already.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty much at the point where I'll just say I'm a fan of him because I liked him when back in the day.
Yeah, his old work was really good.
As far as he is today, even in the ring, like we were just talking about, his character's dead. It's not the same CM Punk. I'm like still waiting for him to turn heel. He might never turn heel at this point because he's already old. Like he's already at retirement age.
Yeah, I think this is his last run. That's why he got the title. He's gonna, drive off into the sunset talking about trans kids and shit.
I know he said he wants to work like with NXT. Like he would like to take Shawn Michaels' job at some point, which would just be like a sign of like this is how things are going to be going forever. If CM Punk becomes the NXT guy, it's like, yeah, NXT is going to change their logo to rainbow. Like it's going to be the rainbow NXT era instead of the black and gold or whatever.
Yeah, not to mention, dude, the sanitization of like Triple H and Shawn Michaels and shit. I get they have to be corporate dudes, but like even they are not characters anymore, which is a total missed opportunity in my opinion.
Triple H and Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, like they're still so heavily involved with the business, but and they have so much knowledge to give off in terms of like acting and being a character, but none of that is represented in the media at all.
Yeah. No, they should do their whole gimmick should be like DX runs the show now. Like that's what should be going on.
Exactly, it should be that they're total degenerates and they're in charge now, which is what it was. The joke was always was back in the day, like they're degenerates and they run the show, but now they actually do, and they're like the most clean cut, sanitized dudes of all time. Dude, it sucks. I hate it.
Wait, where'd you see this story? That's hilarious.
That's awesome.
God, CM Punk, you guys need to pick up your trash.
Now,
So what he's just
Booker T is one of the greatest black people of all time in my book.
yeah, Booker T is one of the goats.
Dude, he's fucking awesome. He's hilarious too.
I like that everyone now looks back fondly on the King Booker gimmick.
Yeah, facts. I hated that fool back in the day, but
Oh,
now it's
yeah.
hilarious now.
When I was a kid, I fucking hated Booker T and King Booker. I fucking hated JBL.
Yeah,
I fucking hated Edge, obviously the most.
yeah.
When I was a kid, I remember actually some of my favorite matches were Chris Benoit and Booker T did that. They did a best of 7 series for the United States Championship. They played out on SmackDown and ended at a pay-per-view.
That's awesome.
And those were like badass matches. And that was before I knew anything about WCW. That was the thing. When I was a kid, I knew nothing about WCW.
Yeah.
So I knew nothing about like, oh, all these guys come from another company. I didn't know like, Stacy Keibler. I didn't know who I just knew Eric Bischoff as the general manager of Raw. That's all I knew. I wasn't watching when he became the general manager of Raw. So I wasn't there for the big episode when he came out.
Yeah, he's just some random guy to us.
Yeah, I just thought he was just the general manager of Raw, and then Teddy Long was the guy for SmackDown.
Yeah, no facts, dude. I used to fucking hate JBL. I think I mentioned this on stream before, but I remember when JBL beat Rey Mysterio on a pay per view. I cried all day at school the next day.
Jesus.
I was crying. I was like, my teacher was like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "You wouldn't get it."
No, that is awesome.
Uh,
That might be a good idea. Make Booker T the Shawn Michaels of NXT.
no, I agree. Booker T is fucking hilarious on commentary too.
Dude, have you seen that clip in TNA when remember when TNA when they did the main event Mafia?
Hell yeah, that part's goated.
Booker T was on commentary, and then the main event Mafia came out to do a beatdown on the wrestlers in the ring.
Mm.
So Booker T grabbed a mic and he went to the ring and he started beating down the guys, and he was calling himself on commentary.
Yep, I seen that shit.
He's like, Booker T going in for the kicks. Oh, and that shit was hilarious.
Oh, dude, he's so fucking funny.
I forgot who said it. I think it was Jericho or Cornette. Okay, so it sounds like a real story because they wouldn't make that shit up.
Oh,
Bruce
Bruce Pritchard. Bruce Pritchard has a hella good information, bro. That guy's interesting as shit.
A lot of people hate on him because he's a Vince guy, but I like him. Like I said, go back to the earliest episodes of Something to Wrestle With. Those are like the best wrestling podcasts ever. And he just tells the whole story. The way they used to do it was like the fans would vote on what they want to cover. So you would just do like a Survivor Series in 2005, and then Bruce Pritchard would just talk about the lead up to that pay-per-view, the stories they had going on, and then he would tell you all the backstage stories around that pay-per-view. And
yeah,
I always remember him talking about back when the booking was just him, Vince, and like Jim Cornette and one other guy. He's like, dude, we'd have to meet up at Stephanie's basketball games. Like we'd go to like 6th grade Stephanie's basketball games and write the Monday Night Raw shows for the next 3 weeks.
Yep. No, dude, I completely agree with you. I think that even though I do think Jim Cornette is a fucking fag cook, but he's a very funny guy and he's interesting. I think the coolest Vince stories are, Cornette, Pritchard, Jim Ross, and Vince McMahon holed up at some fucking random hotel in Connecticut, fucking, locking in and making this shit happen.
And they got to drive and then it's always like, they got to drive to California in the next 12 hours to make it to the show.
Vince is going 120 miles an hour down the freeway. Dude,
and they got to write the show out on the drive there. It's all, that's why it's not working anymore, because it's not like hands-on. It's too big business. Wrestling was never meant to be that big business, like corporation. It was always meant to be Vince and Cornette and Pritchard booking the show in a notebook as stuff, in the car. Like that's how it should be.
No, exactly. I saw someone someone had a funny ass comment, but I actually agree with it. And it said that like men's testosterone is too low today to produce another Vince McMahon. And I completely agree. There will never be another Vince McMahon, because there's no one like that on earth anymore. Like we're not allowed to be that way.
There's too much plastic in guys' balls to make another Vince McMahon.
No, exactly, dude. He was truly one of a kind. There could only be someone like that back then. There's too much fucking plastic in our balls to act that way. You're totally right.
Yeah. No, Vince is gonna go down in the history books. I don't care what anyone says about Vince. Like I get so tired of going over to like Cultaholics Facebook page and going to the comment sections and, oh yeah, I know Vince is the reason, but fuck Vince and the way. Fuck you, motherfucker.
No, I agree. Vince is the fucking man. And also, Jim Cornette had a great defense for why Vince and Sean weren't fucking, and I hella agree with it. And I'm happy that he said this. He said that if that was happening, it would have had to have been at like 4 a.m. behind a Coke vending machine, because they were together. Cornette and Vince were together 24/7 working on the show. So if it would have been happening, Cornette would have known. That's what he said.
Yeah, that's true.
So I was like, dude, he's fucking right. Like, finally, Vince is fucking innocent from the Shawn Michaels bisexual allegations. I was like, thank God.
And if Cornette knew, he would love to be the guy to talk about.
Oh, in fact, he would be the first one talking about that shit. Oh yeah, Vince is secretly a fucking bisexual or whatever. He would love to say that shit, but it's just not true.
Yeah. CM Punk reminds me of the kid who was homeschooled, who thinks he's the best at everything because he's been isolated. I could see that, which is funny because that seems to be like the opposite of his story. But
yeah,
I think it's probably true. It's his wife. It's just his wife. He met AJ, and
yeah, he turned liberal for his wife, which, like, I mean, I don't agree with it, but fuck it, whatever. She's hot.
Yeah, she's the one that loves to talk about how, what is it, like, oh, my mental retardation is my superpower, because
I went to therapy, and everyone fucking chants.
God, yeah.
That, dude, I remember watching that shit on stream with you. That's when I knew. I'm like, oh, we're never getting wrestling back. It's gone.
Yeah, no, it's gone. It's just It's just one of those sad things. It's gone the way of rock and roll. It's, you know.
Yeah, because the people that made it what it is aren't allowed to be that way anymore. It's like we said about Vince. Like when you're not allowed to have people like that, you're gonna get a shitty product.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you cannot have another Vince McMahon because society will not allow it. You know, he'd be fired in no time. You can't have another Motley Crue. Their career would be over in no time.
Yeah.
There's not going to be like an Undertaker in the locker room, which is not how it's going to go anymore.
Yeah, facts, because dudes can't be dudes anymore. I think the closest we have to like dudes being dudes is like fucking like Nick Fuentes or some shit, which is not half as cool as Vince McMahon.
No, it's some people would say it's guys like Nick Fuentes, and then some people would say it's guys like Scotty K Fitness. They call them hick libs.
Isn't he that faggot that just got outed for being a piece of shit behind the scenes? I briefly saw like a glimpse of what the story is.
They call them hick libs, like the guys that you would think are right wingers, but they're liberals that like working out and have mustaches. Like those are also like some of the closest. It's funny is those are what people think of as manly nowadays.
Well, it's funny because those dudes are always pieces of shit behind the scenes.
Oh yeah, no, they always are. Like, there's a reason they get so deep into the popular politics because they're trying to,
Yeah, they're compensating for they know they're doing bad things behind the scenes. I saw that guy. They were saying that he cheated on his wife like fucking 50 times and shit.
If I was smart, that's what I would do. But what's gonna happen to me is I'm gonna continue running the show like this and saying faggot, and then like I talk about some ex-girlfriend's gonna come out of the woodwork and out me for something.
Well, you talked about it before. Like, if you were faking like being a liberal and shit, you would actually get canceled eventually. But at least you're honest about the shit that you feel and
Yeah.
the shit you've done. So you can't cancel you because you just are who you are.
So if something bad ever does come out about me, yeah, I'll just oh yeah.
That's always been my standpoint. It's better to just be yourself because you can't get canceled for being yourself because you're not lying. You're just being who you are.
Yeah, and you also can't change shit that you've done. So it's like, yeah, I did that when I was 23. Like, what do you want me to say about it?
Well, we got a fucking a Twitch
A
chatter
Twitch?
talking about some Epstein shit.
The super rare Twitch. I saw a document as I was reading the files that said he used Xbox. Yeah, we heard about the Xbox Live. That's why he got banned. RuneScape is
Epstein on RuneScape is fucking crazy.
that's great, dude. And you know he was on that shit at like 3 in the morning too.
Oh, facts, fucking coked out of his mind and shit on RuneScape, calling people the N-word.
New people always show up right when we're about to get off, though.
Yeah, get lit. What's good, Coden? What's up? I don't know. Who that is.
Get lit. Whoever you are,
Yeah, shout out to you, bro.
subscribe.
Hell yeah, subscribe
Even,
for more content,
even if you
bro.
don't, even if it hasn't been long enough for you to subscribe, because I'm gonna be back on stream tomorrow night at 6 p.m. So for now, just subscribe and then tune in tomorrow between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. And if you don't like it, you can unsubscribe. That's totally fine.
Hell yeah, have a little free trial run type shit. Yeah, the idea that Epstein was luring people into the wild on RuneScape is fucking crazy. It makes you think like, dude, maybe our mom was right not letting us play online games because you might be playing with Jeffrey Epstein, bro.
Dude, you know he was on like Roblox and shit too.
Oh, facts, dude. I saw some people saying like Epstein was probably involved in the creation of Roblox.
Yeah, he is the creator of Roblox.
Yeah, at this point,
I'm
who
getting all
knows?
these emails, getting all these spam emails from Roblox now. I guess there's a big thing going on with Roblox and like predators on Roblox going after kids.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Subscriber from the Cigar Guy pod. Fuck yeah.
Oh, fucking A, brother, hell yeah. Me and Cigar Guy talked about live streaming together on Thursdays. We have not talked about it since the interview on last week, but as of right now, the plan is we're gonna live stream. So this Thursday at 6 p.m. I don't know what time zone you're in, but California time, 6 p.m. We should be live streaming. So if you are here from the Cigar Guy interview, you should get more Cigar Guy. And he's also going to be streaming onto his channel too, because we can do simultaneous streams. So on Disco Acid Cold TV and on the Dead Air with Casper channel, we'll be live. So whichever one you watch, you'll see the same thing. But that is the plan. Thursdays, we should be getting Cigar Guy on every week. It'll be me and him. Maybe we'll get some randoms, like Annie said she might be down to come on for a stream with him sometime or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Don't join the Discord, he hates it. Oh yeah, I do have a Discord. I can bring that up tomorrow or next time I see you guys though. Definitely get in the Discord. I just never get in the Discord. The Discord is tiny. There's like 5 people in there. It would just be me talking to myself, right? It would just be me talking to Fizz. By the way, this is far right Fizz, guys. This is like the main guy you'll find in chat. Shit Piss is also awesome.
Nah, shout out everyone in chat. Shout out everyone in Discord. That's why I don't go on the Discord, because everyone's just in chat anyways.
That's kind of what I think too. Like I'm just gonna find it's just gonna be the same people. But I do need to get on there tonight to make an announcement. So I guess I will talk to you guys at some point. Knowing me though, it'll be like 1 a.m.
Dude, hell yeah, I'm glad that you're from the Cigar Guy video. Dude, that video was great. Cigar Guy seems sick. I'm excited for you guys to stream again on Thursday.
Yeah, he is cool as shit. I just, like I said, I just randomly hit him up and said, "Do you want? Can you, can I interview?" And he said, "Yeah." And
No, he seems fucking super down to earth for someone with such notoriety from such a big channel. I was like, dude, this guy seems fucking hella genuine.
when I posted the story on the Instagram, Casper posted it on his, and Leo DeTavia did like the story. So I was like,
Dude.
"Oh, Leo at least knows of my existence now." So
Hell yeah. Dude, I'm hella curious to know if Leo remembers you from the Fuckman podcast.
I would imagine. I don't know. It could go either way. He
Like,
might. He
if you
might
jogged
not.
his memory, he'd be like, oh, you're that fucking guy.
Yeah, I could definitely jog his memory. Just I'm not interesting enough for you to hang out with that. Fizz, I'm also not interesting enough for you to hang out with, but you just happen to show up. Fizz, far right, Fizz. But yeah, do you wanna get off of here?
Yeah, let's call it. Great stream.
I'm gonna go out and have myself
500 cigarettes.
All right, yeah, everyone. Me and Annie will be back on tomorrow, 6 p.m. And then, like I said, me and Cigar Guy should be on. I gotta start saying Casper. I gotta get back in that routine. He said formerly known as Cigar Guy, but we should be on Thursday at 6 p.m.
Hell yeah.
Stranger on Twitch. Like I said, just subscribe if you're still here. Just subscribe and then watch tomorrow at 6. And if you don't like it, then feel free to unsubscribe. I won't bother you.
Stay till Thursday for Cigar Guy. Stay subscribed till then.
That is true. We will also be live on the Twitch.
Hell yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna blow out some eardrums. Get lit if this is your first time. I've been told that the outro music is eardrum blowing, so prepare yourself.
Peace out.
And we're all here today to groove and have a beautiful time together, and that it's only the beginning.